What's going on, guys? It's Turin here. Today, guys, I'm here for a surprise Friday night stream. So hopefully you guys are ready to party. Just going to kind of wait for a few of you guys to join up and we'll get started with some quick battles. So definitely looking forward to it. So I'm just going to kind of sip on my tea here for a moment while we wait for a few folks to come in, if you guys don't mind. Need a little bit of caffeine. It was a long, long day at work, but good, productive nonetheless, but still a long day. So yeah, guys, we're just going to do some quick battles here. What's going on Aaron, the negative nerd? We got Lady Turin in here. Man, yeah, the party's it's rising, guys. It's going to be good. But yeah, some interesting stuff came out from Creative Assembly regarding the might as well use this time to talk about it, right? So apparently there's going to be a point penalty for people who dodge or do essentially drop hack. It's not a hack in any way, but it's more so an exploit of the current game mechanics, But essentially, there's going to be penalties for people who, Alt F4 out of games, which is nice. And on top of that, there was like a leadership hit on Foot Squires, which honestly I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. I don't think that's what like made Foot Squires insanely powerful, was their leadership, but still pretty interesting stuff there. But yeah, yes, it is fan art. It is her doing, if that's what you're asking. If the thumbnails for all my streams are made by my lovely girlfriend, Lady Torin. So yeah, so hopefully that puts out the rest. So. Cool, guys. So I see some of you guys are joining up. Yeah, some minor Bretonnian nerfs, and then also the Questing Knights got a minor hit on their leadership. It was on their charge bonus, which their strength isn't in their charge bonus. Their strength is in their sustained combat stats. So I don't think that was like, it is still a small nerf, but I don't think it's anything to write home about. So yeah, so cool. So yeah, guys, we're gonna jump into some quick battles here. What's going on, Suleiman, the Magnificent, Milo VA, Luke? What's going on, man? An all Bretonnian Air Force build. Now, my Bretonnian builds usually actually do use quite a bit of aerial units, the Royal Pegasus Knights, so you get to see some cav at least. Yeah, right on time, man. So we're facing what appears to be Gilo. Should be a good time. I'm not sure what his picture is over there, but who do we want to play? I really have been enjoying the Warriors of Chaos lately, but that's pretty tough. But he is playing the Dwarves. Okay, so Dwarves versus... Let's do Dwarves as Greenskins. It's always a pretty good time. So I'm actually going to get... probably a Night Goblin War Boss. He's pretty good. He has armor piercing and anti-infantry. And does he actually have an anti-infantry bonus? Looks like he does, of 40. So that's actually pretty darn good against the Dwarves. So on top of that, we probably, yeah, I guess that's okay, despite a bad moon. So on top of that, we of course do need a Night Goblin Shaman. Some sort of a caster is going to be very, very good here. So with him, we're going to get Sneaky Stab in, and we'll just get both of the buff abilities. I think that should be fine. And we'll get 2 Goblin Big Bosses, just primarily to hunt down the... well, I really got to hurry with my army. I forgot that he like locked in so quick. So, okay, so rather than having fun, we're going to have to pick an army that's, somewhat standard protocol here. So let's go ahead and get the Mangy Marauders for the armored piercing missiles. And for the rest of our troops, we do want a Hammer of Gork as well. And man, we have so much money left, guys. This is a little bit dicey here. So we do want the Warlord's Boys. Let's get some Nasty Skulkers. And then on top of that, I guess let's just get some more Nasty Skulkers, I guess. So it's going to be a very infantry-centric army, but, hopefully we can get some good surrounds with the Nasty Skulkers. And I know you guys wanted some gobos, right? So, yeah, pleasure for the pleasure god. Yeah. I see what you're saying, William Cockrell. I hope he said your last name correctly. My apologies. But yes, the leadership hit, does slightly encourage the use of the Grow Reliquae a little bit more, but still, I think the Grow Reliquae is just incredibly good in most matchups. 16 leadership's really big. So the army I picked just now it isn't I wouldn't say an optimal army versus the Dwarves, but still I'm not going to complain. It's decent. It has Black Orcs, it has armor piercing. I would have liked to bring some of the Orc Chariots. They're really, really fun to use actually. So let's get our Night Goblin homies. Kind of we'll put one in each wing, and what we want to do is probably like just try and find his Runesmith, and so we'll let the fighting develop a little bit, and then we'll go after the Runesmith once he like presents himself in an open field type scenario. So we have our missiles right here. We also have the Hammer of Gork. This is actually a really advantageous map for the Dwarves, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So we want our Night Goblin Shaman. We can kind of just lurk him in the back. He should be safe there. And for these guys, we'll probably do a little bit of a kind of fancy business over here. So let's get these guys kind of deployed around the map and see. And maybe we'll just keep one group with our like main army back here, just in case he's able to like sneak some Dawi by or something. That should be fine. So then also these guys, they do have the armor sundering, so we'll just kind of deploy them in the wings and use them for flanking as well. And put these guys in group 2, do a little bit of a vanguard up here just to kind of get some terrain. And yeah, so I'm feeling good. Let's actually put our artillery piece right there. Everyone's kind of to code right now. And essentially why this is really advantageous for the Dwarves is because they can deploy right here, then they can go secure this high ground, which forces you into this like nasty little like choke right here. And then also if you decide to come up this way, it's very easy to choke you off right here. So pretty advantageous, as it relates to Dwarvish positioning. So Yeah, there's Joseph, to answer your question. I didn't get a haircut. I actually just combed my hair today. And congratulations, Dead Spartan 08, for getting accepted into law school. Very, very cool, man. That is excellent, man. You did it. You did it, brother. I'm sure it was hard work. You know, all that. What do you have to take, like the LSAT? I'm not sure what country you're in, but yeah, it's tough stuff. So, but yeah, guys, no new haircut. Just decided to comb my hair today. I just got out of the shower, so I just kind of just brushed it back. So my hair's getting really long. So prepare for air fans. Why? What's going on for air fans? Air of Carthage. What's going on, Dov Plays? Pleasure, man. Yeah, so who are we facing off? Yeah, we're facing off against the Dwarves. So the reason that you bring the Morgos, Mangy Marauders, and kind of these Goblin Missiles is because Gyrocopters can be pretty good against the Greenskins. Like, typically, they're good for shutting down Cav and Squigs. Granted, you don't see Squigs as much in the meta lately, but still, you know. The Air Army arrived. Oh, did he like shout me out or something? Yeah, Air seems like a really nice guy. I've never actually done any like collaborations with him or anything. I definitely would like to. So, all right, so we're gonna start advancing our main army like so. The Mangy Marauders, we're gonna kind of hang tight and all. This is actually pretty good. So we can get the Nasty Skulkers over here, and this guy can come over here as well. And yeah, let's just advance. And this is a really, you know, actually on that same coin, this is a pretty decent little situation for me, simply because, you know, I do have the forest and all this terrain here. So we get a nice little, oh, those are Iron Breakers actually. So yeah, let's definitely focus on those Iron Breakers with those armor-piercing missiles. So the Mangy Marauders, we're going to scurry them up and around to just start shooting at some squishy targets on the flank. And we do have some really, really like solid positioning. So if he pulls his Slayers in the conflict, we're going to get these Nasty Skulkers. And these ones, we might actually just like charge them into these cannons right now. I think we can just take advantage of that. So let's actually keep these guys like front and center, because if I move them over here, then some of these Slayers might adjust. But here I'm going to like kind of try and draw his attention over here, which is going to be good. So looks like he is kind of keen on that. They're still hidden, so oh no, they've been discovered, so I just got to go in at this point. So yeah, so we're going to try and shut that down. We're taking a little bit of fire, but nothing too devastating. And the damage we've done so far to these Iron Breakers is really good. I mean, we've done a ton of damage. So right now we're pushing in there. He does pull some troops out of auxiliary, but at the very least, guys, this cannon is not shooting, which is great. So we're going to get a little bit of a rear charge here. He's going to engage us with Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, which isn't going to be that devastating by any means. So we're going to get in there, and I don't mind actually just pushing in and seeing if we can do some damage to this cannon here. So let's actually just go here and engage these guys, pull these guys around as well, and just see if we can, yeah, let's see if we can get some freebies on High King Thorgrim actually and use that AP right there. So cool. So the Nasty Skulkers, we're still waiting for those Coilers on the far side to kind of free up here. We're getting a little bit of poke on High King Thorgrim, which is good because, again, he's very, very sturdy, and these guys are trading well with the Dwarf Warriors, which I'm very, very pleased about so far. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get these Black Orcs engaged across the front line, just like so. Get these guys over here as well, and High King Thorgrim is taking a little bit of damage. Let's go ahead and use the smoke bomb, just kind of continue to poke him down, and we're going to get our missiles and have them focus on obviously his missiles. So let's go ahead and get on those Coilers over there, and of course the Night Goblin War Boss, we can kind of just park him around here, and look at this free poke we're getting. This is really, really good stuff. So cool. So everything's going relatively to code. We're going to pull these guys back. We've done enough damage, I would say, to justify that Nasty Skulker group. And yeah, let's do it to it, boys. So we're getting some good fire right now. We're starting to trade in with these Coilers. We're going to go ahead and use the sneaky stabbing on these guys. It did get nerfed a little bit, but that's AFK. So then our Orcs are kind of, they're taking a ton of blasting charges. So he actually has Iron Breakers across that whole front line. So these Black Orcs are actually able to surround his High King. So let's go ahead and get our missiles and start to focus him, because again, he's very, very isolated here. So let's get my Night Goblin War Boss in there as well. And I don't mind a little bit of friendly fire in that respect. So great, we're going to bring these guys around, have them start focusing as well. And man, we're getting some great fire in here. So let's just kind of continue to push in. He has a very, very tough shell to crack, to say the least. So, man, I would really like to get an engagement here. So let's pull these guys back and around here. Let's go ahead and use the Itchy Nuisance to kind of debuff his whole line here. And yeah, Thorgrim's taking a beating. So let's just go ahead and keep my Night Goblin fighting here. Get these Mangy Marauders kind of shooting in at Thorgrim right now. Just trying to focus them down, because again, we have a pretty strong range presence. So let's bring these guys up and around as well. We do have our Nasty Skulkers kind of coming in the back here, which should be pretty good. And our Black Orcs seem to be holding up okay. Let's get this Night Goblin War Boss actually up and around here and have him go after some of those missiles. And yeah, so far so good, guys. Very, very good battle, but we're able to focus down High King Thorgrim with our missiles very, very well. It's going pretty badly for my opponent, I would say. And our Black Orc line is holding up pretty well, so let's go ahead and use the buff here on these Black Orcs, the sneaky stabbing. We'll get these guys sneaking around the back again, and these guys can go and shut down the cannon. So now he pulled the Slayers, which is what we want, so let's pull that Night Goblin boss back. Let's have these guys kind of go after that cannon back there, which should be pretty good. And over here, we'll get these guys around as well, and these guys should be able to sneak around over there. So great. Let's go ahead and just use these buffs to give us a little bit of missile parry. Just keep doing our thing. And our missiles are focusing in pretty well. Were we able to kill Thorgrim? I actually lost sight of him. So we're going to switch to these guys, get these guys going here, and get these Gobos scurrying around over yonder. We'll get the Nasty Skulkers engaged on those Dwarf Warriors and pull these guys around over here and try and get around. But yeah, the Nasty Skulkers doing a great, great job for us, guys. I think we did kill High King Thorgrim, so we're just going to kind of keep pushing back. Looks like the Ironbreaker line is collapsing, so far so good, guys. Pretty wild battle, and definitely liking the use of all these like gobos just coming in from all these different angles. It seems to be really, really devastating. So let's go ahead and push these guys and just pull our auxiliary troops in, because, you know, again, they've paid their dues, guys. They've paid the iron price. So we're going to switch in here, and yeah, it looks like his entire line collapsed. I think High King Thorgrim did get a little bit overzealous and did get focused down. And yeah, all of our troops are kind of routing the Dawi off at this point. So we do still have a lot of Slayers to deal with, because again, he did keep them in auxiliary for quite some time. So let's get the Mangy Marauders. We'll just have them kind of shoot at those guys. And yeah, we'll collapse on the last of these Slayers. So let's go ahead and push these guys back on those missiles. And yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote. The Ironbreakers are still fighting. Very, very resilient, guys. So good stuff, good stuff. So yeah, unfortunately we're having to fight the Dwarves. Definitely always feels pretty bad, but the build actually worked really well. I feel like the gobos were like super overwhelming. So he's got some Slayers back here. It looks like everything's pretty much broken. I don't know what's going to come back at this point. So we'll go ahead and park the Mangy Marauders over here. Probably should have checked for routing units earlier. It's always a pretty good choice. He does have some Slayers up here actually. And back here I do have some missiles, so let's get them back over here. Let's go ahead and use the Itchy Nuisance right here. Might as well make those Slayers itch a little bit before I destroy them. And yeah, so they're down to 27 models. Let's go ahead and kind of switch our missiles up and over here. And yeah, so well played to my opponent. It was a fun game for sure, guys. So yeah, so let me go ahead and read chat. Turin, your hair reminds me of when Kramer used mousse to slick his hair back. Yeah, dude, I have like firstly, something about me, guys, is I have like the worst fashion sense. I dress horribly. Like, and it's not like I'm trying to, I just don't know how to dress really. Lady Turin will have to help me out with that. I mean, I'm just pitiful. I'm so bad. Like, even like my hair and just like, oh, I was just always all haggard with all that stuff. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. We try our best. I got other priorities, you know. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and buff up these Black Orcs. We'll just click this mushroom for fun. Probably should have gotten rid of it, because against the Dwarves it doesn't do anything really. And yeah, GG to my opponent. So oh man, sorry to hear your computer's busted, Mr. Master CGO. That's definitely a huge bummer, man. Yeah, I'm sure they'll write this one in the book. This was pretty good battle. I mean, we didn't take much damage if you look at my army there. The Ironbreakers, I don't think were terribly cost effective in the front line, and they kind of just got pounded by the Black Orcs. What's going on, DJ? Yeah, it's good to have you. It was a good little battle there. That was a fun one, boys. Did you say dad core? yeah, I definitely I guess I wouldn't say I have like a dad bod, but the way I dress is probably dad like. Just kind of like unfashionable and haggard. Yeah, I played Heir of Carthage a few months ago. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We played Beastmen vs Wood Elves. That was because I mean it was his first time playing Beastmen, or excuse me, Wood Elves though. So it was he definitely did really well for sure. Very, very good player. So cool. So let's go ahead and get ready for another game here. I'm just gonna have another sip of my tea, and then we'll get back to business. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for joining this surprise Friday stream. We're just gonna get down and dirty and play a few games here. So, all right, I think I'm good. Doing a little hand stretches. Yeah, I was actually just watching the Inept General's video today. I don't know if you guys have seen his channel, but he has a really cool lore channel as well, and he has a series on like lords that are in tabletop but that aren't in the game yet, and there were some really cool ones with Wolfric the Wanderer. So, hey, what's going on, Vlad? Welcome, man. So it looks like we're fighting against Mad Libs, I think that's what he's referring to with that name. So what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see chaos? You guys want to see chaos be great again? No, I've never dabbed before. I actually don't know what that is. Is that... Oh, yeah, that's the thing with the elbow, right? Where you put your like face in your elbow or something. Oh, why is everyone playing the Dwarves today? Man, I hate fighting the Dwarves. It just feels wrong, you know? I don't know. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just play chaos. I really wanted to use Archaon, guys, but against the Dwarves, his magic damage is just not great. What else do we want to... Okay. Yes. I don't know, guys. What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see Wood Elves versus Dwarves? Yeah, let's do that. I know you guys like to see Wood Elves, so Mel Gibson needs to make a return. So we're going to get the Cloak of Isha. On top of that, we're going to get two Way Stalkers, Way Watchers. I actually really like them here. They're pretty good. We're going to get some Wild Riders with shields. And then for our front line, we're probably going to get Eternal Guards. Like, they're very, very cost effective for sure. And we want to get Lore of Life. Probably it's honestly the best bet. You don't really need to get wheels or, you know, a mount for her. Wheels, that's pretty funny. Yeah, you don't need to get any, like, mobility because, again, the Dwarves aren't really going to catch you. So, in my opinion, you can get away without that. So, we're just going to get a bunch of Eternal Guard. We'll maybe get 2 Treekin just to kind of, like, sit there and, you know, soak up damage in that front line. Although maybe I cut one group and just get Another group of missiles? Do I want to go that deep in the missile realm? I feel like it's a little bit dicey. I just played greenskins though. Yeah, I just played greenskins, so that's why I'm switching it up, guys. I wanna kind of have a little bit of fun here with you guys. So let's actually get 2 Wild Riders with shields. We'll cut these guys, and then with Mel Gibson, we can get rid of... Oh, the Hounds of Gibson are so terrible. Yeah, we can get rid of those. That's probably fine. And then we're going to try a bit of a strange build. I don't know how it's going to hold up, but, you know, we're going to hope for the best here, and hopefully we can, you know, get in there. And our front line is really, really weak. That's, like, my one concern, and going so heavy on the Way Watchers is a bit of a liability, to say the least. So I want to get Hawk Riders, though. I feel like that could be pretty fun. And they do have armor-piercing, like, melee attacks. Yeah, no, they're just terrible, though. Okay, yeah, let's try it. Yeah, thank you, Xavier. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the kind words. Chaos Dwarves, I would love to see them. I would love to see Chaos Dwarves. I would be so excited. I think in the lore, the Chaos Dwarves like worship some like they don't worship the traditional Chaos gods. I think they actually like worship like some bull Chaos god, like Minotaur type thing. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, Mel Gibson's really good against the Dwarves. I honestly think I mean, granted, the most competitive Lord is going to be the Glade Lord because of Prey of Anathrama, but still, Mel Gibson, I think, is up there. He's unbreakable. He's very fast. He hits like a truck. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. And this is a really risky build. Honestly, we might just get trash canned because 3 of these guys, that's a huge investment. And if they don't work, like, I'm just going to lose horribly. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Should be a good time, guys. So also, if you guys haven't, go check out my buddy. His channel name is Italian Spartacus, one word. He's doing some lore videos, and we've been playing like 2v2s together, live casts. But he just put out some lore videos on the Vampire Wars and all that stuff. Go check him out and subscribe if you guys haven't already. He's one of my good friends. We went to college together back in 2006 or 7, man, a long time ago. I'm actually 28 years old, so I don't know. Some people can't really tell how old I look, so I guess it's all over the place. I've had people say I'm 30. I've had people ask me if I'm 21, so there's no way of really knowing, I suppose. All right, let's do it. Let's get those shoulders kind of rolled and warmed up a little bit. Let's have some fun, boys. Let's do it. And let's see what these Dawi bring to the table. The Hounds of Gibson are good. They do go deep, but against the Dwarves, they literally do like 20 damage. They're just so pitiful. Yeah. So I do like the Hawk's Talon, though. That ability hits really, really hard, guys. It's really good. So somewhat open field, which is a little bit precarious. Granted, the Way Watchers do have a stock ability, so he's not going to be able to punish them with Siege till I want him to. 2 Wild Riders is a bit risky. If he does get 2 groups of Slayers and he's like really on top of mirroring me, that's going to be tough as well. Granted, they are somewhat equivocal in terms of like financial investment. So if he's chasing me, at least we're breaking even. So yeah, I can do a link to his after this game. I'll link to the channel. Yeah, Sigma. I need to play some Empire. Yeah, guys. So my 2 worst factions are Empire and Wood Elves. Like I'm just terrible with those 2 factions. I don't know what it is. Wood Elves, like I can do okay in like maybe the Dwarf matchup, but versus everyone else, I'm just kind of like I don't really know what to do, to be honest. So flex them pecs. I haven't worked out in a while. I used to be really big on it. Like I used to lift weights, do bench press, and you know all that. I mean, who hasn't done bench press? So it doesn't mean shit. But I used to do jiu-jitsu. I'm not doing it right now just to save money. And but I did do American football. I did boxing for a while, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, to answer your question, I love martial arts. I love watching like UFC and MMA. That's probably like my favorite sport kind of spectrum to watch. You want to see goblin builds? Yeah. I'll do a goblin build before all is said and done. Hang on, I'm just adjusting the chat there. Yeah, he can do the Gollum voice like spot on. So I'm thinking maybe on Sundays, because again we're going to be streaming again this Sunday. So I'm thinking maybe we see if he wants to like join me on stream and we can do some 2v2s and you guys can try and talk him into doing the Gollum voice. So we'll see. I think that would be really fun. That would be really, really fun. So I think my opponent does have a bit of a potato. It seems that a lot of Dwarf players do have potatoes. I don't know, maybe the faction you don't have to move much, so it's conducive to having a laggy connection. Yeah. It's time, guys. A little bit laggy. Let me go ahead and look down here and get a. Okay, so it seems good now that the game's loaded in. So that's solid stuff. So so good. So we're just gonna get the Eternal Guards like so. Actually, yeah. So the Treekin, we're actually gonna put them in the front. We'll put these guys just in kind of a spear wall here. You don't want it to be too tight because if the Dwarves do have like artillery pieces, it usually can behoove you to go wide. But what we might actually do with the Treekin, and we're just gonna try it out, is we're just gonna send them in first and see like how many troops they can kind of like bog down. So. So the Way Watchers we can kind of deploy over here like so, and we can deploy one of them over here. I don't know. It's a little bit, yeah. Anyways, doesn't really matter. So really important thing when you're using these guys is to turn off the toggle fire at will. Granted, if you're worried about like micro with them and forgetting to turn it back on or to target them effectively. Oh, did I accidentally bring flesh to stone for 60 armor? I did. Okay, so that's not exactly what I was looking to do, but it's okay, guys. So these guys can actually vanguard too, but what we'll probably do is start them like on opposite sides, so 2 and 3, like so, and yeah. So let's actually deploy these guys a little further back. I don't want them to get like caught out in any sort of like funny business. So cool. So let's get things rolling, guys. Let's do it to it. What's going on, Senior? It's 1:20 in the morning. That's not too bad, right? I think you're good for an hour or two, right? No, there's no Hounds of Gibson, unfortunately. I just decided to bring the Hawk's Talon this time. And also, guys, Orion's his missile attack, his spear, it doesn't do magic damage, so it's not going to have any of its stats mitigated by the dwarves. So pretty cool stuff there, guys. So we're going to use Rudolph and try and pressure his back line. Granted, they don't have heavy AP. Let's go ahead and see what their AP truly is. So 14. Could be worse, guys. It could be a lot worse. I feel like that's not terrible. So, all right. So let's go ahead and lock this group up, start marching. And yeah, so these guys, we want to like start marching down this way. We'll position them over here. These guys, we want to start marching over there. We probably want to get our reindeers up on the hills, I think is going to be good. So we'll go ahead and start scurrying them up. And yeah, a bit of a Helm's Deep type situation. So I like his build so far. He just has the Goblobber, which again is the most cost effective. He has 2 groups of Slayers to deal with my Rudolphs. His front line is Longbeards, which will be pretty good. As far as leadership, he actually has Iron Drakes, but Iron Drakes are going to have a really bad time versus my build because they're just going to take massive damage from, and he's actually targeting the Treekin, which is really good for me. That's like exactly what I want. So Mel Gibson, we'll get him close and start throwing some spears. He actually has Belgar, which isn't a terrible choice against the dwarves, actually, believe it or not. So let's get these guys running up here, make sure all our missiles are advancing, because the missiles, we're just going to destroy those Iron Drakes before they're able to do anything, because that's essentially what Way Watchers are like designed to do, is like taking out like high value units like that. So he has Iron Drakes, he has 2 groups of Quarrelers, so what we're probably going to do is get these guys kind of going after the Quarrelers right here, and then the other 2 guys over here can go after those Iron Drakes, which is going to be really, really good. So let's go ahead and position them here, get these guys kind of scurrying up the hill, just like so. And we'll probably wait to advance, though we will take a little bit more damage from the, let's go ahead and start throwing some spears here. This is going to be pretty fun. So, yeah, so we're going to wait to advance probably till we can deal with those Iron Drakes, because again, they could, even though they're not like the best unit, they can do some serious work. So let's run these guys up the hill, make sure they're not like stacked on top of one another. We do have Rudolph and company kind of parked in the wings, just kind of waiting for vulnerabilities. It looks like he's trying to get like a Rune of Wrath and Ruin. So let's run away a little bit and just, yeah. So now we can start advancing, because again, our missiles are in pretty good position here. So let's go ahead and get them going on those Iron Drakes, and these guys can go on the, probably, yeah, let's just put those Iron Drakes in a can real quick, because we're taking pretty heavy casualties, and we already have a very, very weak infantry line as is. So I'm a little bit concerned, but guys, we're gonna fight the best fight we can here. Let's go ahead and use the Hawk's Talon. It's a very, very good ability. You guys will see. So I'm gonna cast it right now, and it's gonna be right on top of those guys, and you can see my Way Watchers are now unloading on these Quarrelers, and they should be able to rout them off pretty quickly. And that also did some pretty good damage as well. So can't complain. Mel Gibson putting in some solid work already, and now our missiles are gonna get in, and they're gonna just start wasting these Iron Drakes like horribly, and we're gonna sit just out of range of them right here. So Mel Gibson, let's actually put him in group 4 so we can micro him separately. And yeah, the main blob we can kind of start to advance, but it looks like he might try and go out and like intercept me with some of these dwarf warriors. So we're going to pull one group here, and the rest of them we're going to kind of send in a blob right here, and we might collapse on like the back of them right here, which I think should be good. But look at those Way Watchers just doing some serious work. So very, very good stuff so far, guys. I'm pretty happy about the outcome of things. So yeah, Mel Gibson and the boys, what we would like to do with Mel is let's go ahead and get these guys engaged like so. Let's go ahead and get the healer right here and just kind of buff up all these guys. And these guys, we might actually use the Flesh to Stone ability, even though I traditionally don't like using those type of abilities. We might actually try. So we're getting some great damage on those Iron Drakes right there. So we're going to switch on to the Quarrelers right now, and these guys can just keep working on the Quarrelers as well. And let's go ahead and see if we can sneak in there with like a rear charge. So Mel Gibson, we want to go after the Runesmith. He's a very, very good assassin, like very, very scary. So we're going to pull our cav in right now, see if we can get a little something going on. And if we overcast this, does it hit an area? No, it looks like it just hits a single unit. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. So these guys are going to come in here. It looks like the Slayers, he's not like seeing both sides here. So we're going to kind of run up and around and just kind of run away and try and get our value right here. So you can see Mel Gibson's kind of gotten on those guys. He's doing a very, very good job for himself, and do we have a good regrowth kind of situation. So we're going to keep working on these guys like so. We'll run them up and around, and we get a great little rear charge right there and skewer a bunch of those Quarrelers there. So that's a good situation. So right now we'll switch back onto those Iron Drakes with one group. With the other group, we'll keep focusing down these Quarrelers, just kind of keep trying to do our best here. Let's actually go ahead and get on the Goblobber over there. So Mel Gibson doing a good job fighting this Runesmith, but surprisingly, it's not as good as it should be, in my opinion. Our Wild Riders around the back are doing a really good job outmaneuvering the Slayers. So we get a nice charge on those cannons. So we're just going to kind of pull back and park. And, you know, as Dawi start to flee, we're going to start, you know, really focusing him down. So pretty much all of his missile threats are gone. The Iron Drakes are you know, pretty much offline for the most part, I would say. So we do have our cav in the back here. So we're just going to kind of park them on either side, just continue doing our thing. And of course, we want to use an Earthblood right here on this big ball because, again, we have a lot invested there. And oh, actually, wow. Belgar doing some great work here. So what we're going to do, of course, is use the Arcane Conduit. We're going to pull Mel Gibson back and scurry away. Very, very sloppy on my part letting that happen. So, but it is what it is, guys. We're going to start focusing down this Runesmith, and these guys are, you know, pretty good assassins for sure. So we do have a Hawk's Talon, so we're going to use it on this group of miners right here. We're going to go ahead and get these Wild Riders in here, engaged on these guys, and we're going to probably bring these guys over here to try and like clip, or at least, you know, maybe charge onto Belegar. And we do have a regrowth now, so we were going to use that on good old Mel Gibson, just kind of scurrying back, but we do kind of get jumped by some troops here that we weren't, you know, accounting for. So a little bit tricky. So we're going to try and pull these guys back. Let's go ahead and pull Mel Gibson in here to help out with those. We do get a nice like little downhill charge right here on these guys, which is going to be good. So let's go ahead and pull back as he uses the runes, and you can see we've just like compromised his back line pretty horribly. So we're going to charge into his miners and those front liners right there. He does get a very, very good Wrath and Rune. So you can see the Slayers are going to pull in now. So now we can go after that Goblobber. So a little bit of push and pull. Mel Gibson was able to kind of buy some time for some of his boys here. So let's go ahead and start turning and shooting at some of these Longbeards, just kind of working them down. We are running out of ammunition, which is a little bit concerning, to say the least. But our Wild Riders are in good shape. They're doing some good damage, and we get a very, very good rear charge here. But, oh, we weren't paying attention. Those Slayers actually collapsed on us very, very well. So Mel continuing to do his thing. We probably want to have him like go after this Runesmith, I'm thinking. Maybe we start shooting the Runesmith with these guys and having Mel and the boys just kind of continue to fight over there. So yeah, very, very good sandwich there by my opponent. So we killed the Goblobber, essentially. Our other Rudolph group just kind of got sandwiched by his Slayer, so he definitely outplayed me there. So we need to save up some Winds of Magic here, and it actually looks like the Balance of Power isn't like doing terribly great. So yeah, we're just kind of working on these guys. Let's go ahead and run Mel back. We'll pull these guys back here, and let's start focusing down the Runesmiths. I think that's going to be good, because Rune, Wrath, and Rune in these very like atrocious battles is a really, really strong ability. So we're going to pull Mel back. The infantry battle seems to be doing okay. We've shut down all his missiles, so let's go ahead and just get the Wild Riders and just start to like pick off some of these units in the periphery, I think. So let's pull them down and around here. These guys we can go ahead and engage on the Runesmith here, and you can see those guys are hitting that Runesmith like a truck for sure. He's probably going to go down relatively shortly. So he does have some Longbeards pretty hot in pursuit. This might become an atrocious game. You know, it may become one. So we're going to pull these guys in the melee here, might as well, and we're going to get these Wild Riders right over here. And I would really like to get like these 7 back just to like chase off some of these units, because you can see they're starting to come back. So that darn Dwarvish leadership, guys, it's always a force to be reckoned with. So I think we did kill the Runesmith, so let's go ahead and just start focusing Belegar a little bit in here, just keeping this blob fighting, and we get a good charge, and Mel and the boys should be able to clean up some of these Longbeards on the wing here. And this is going to be really nice, this Hawk's Talon on top of like all these miners right here. So yeah, Weight Watchers actually have pretty decent like combat stats, and we do get those 7 Wild Riders back, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to try and get them on that Runesmith here, saving up for one more kind of you know, big heal. And Belegar is going to go after Mel Gibson, but Mel Gibson I think can beat him. So these Longbeards are in pretty bad shape. He did use the Mighty Oathstone, but still we don't want to like, yeah, man, he's doing a good job here with these guys. So let's go ahead and pull them into melee right here. Mel can actually, believe it or not, he can do some pretty good cycle charging. So we're gonna hopefully be able to break these Dwarves, and this main line fight is just so incredibly close. It's like too hard to call, you know. But Mel isn't near his healing cap, so what we want to do probably is get Mel Gibson like up near the main fight. Yeah, you can see a lot of our troops are shaken actually, so that's a little bit dicey. So we're gonna get Mel over here in the main fight, jump in here, and we're gonna use an Earthblood to kind of heal up everyone. So it's up now, so we're gonna go ahead and cast it, and once he gets in here, we're gonna use it right now. Good. So now that he's in range, he runs over that Thane, which is very, very nice, and yeah, so he gets the heal, which is good. So let's go ahead and have him charge on Belegar. These Dwarf Warriors, there's only long war. These guys only have 3, so that's pretty incredible. So let's go ahead and get a little rear charge here, see if we can do some work. But yeah, these Wild Riders up here are definitely, you know, MVPing for me, to say the least. So good. So we're able to get on Belegar, but still a pretty risky little engagement here. So let's get these Wild Riders out and around and like start cleaning up the scraps. And let's go ahead and kite him back and start, you know, using his spears and other things like that to try and like push the tempo. So yeah, man, what a wild fight. What a wild fight. I think bringing 3 Weight Watchers was just way too much. But it's not like going terrible. So we're going to turn right now and have him start throwing some spears. You know, again, he hits pretty hard with those things. So let's go ahead and like start to reform ranks back here. Just kind of get everyone together for maybe some sort of a last stand of some sort. Because it's going pretty rough, I would say. So let's get these guys going over here. And yeah, we still do have some of these guys fighting. Let's go ahead and get our sorcerers out of there as well. And Mel is just continuing to throw spears. He's a little bit obstructed. So I guess we just throw at this Thane for now and just try and, you know, do some work against him. But our sorceress is still fighting. Belegar in here Belegar is actually pretty low, but we don't want to like lose her because she still does have some Winds of Magic, so she's gonna break here. But hopefully she keeps fighting. So what does he have left? So he has the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. I have several groups of Cav. So yeah, let's just go around and just kind of try and pick off whatever we can right now. I feel like that's going to be pretty important. So, oh man, that Thane is actually doing really good against Mel Gibson. So I was not paying attention. Really, really sloppy for me. But he does have 600 HP. He's unbreakable, so it doesn't really matter if he gets, you know, close to the breaking point. So we're going to go ahead and use the Hawk's Talon right there. Just kind of keep scurrying, get these guys engaged with this Thane right here, run them back, and yeah, so we're just going to park these guys here. And yeah, most of our infantry line is kind of like faltering a little bit, but man, yeah, very well played. Very, very well played. I mean, yeah, if I foresee myself probably losing this at this point. He has like so much stuff left, and you know the Way Watchers are a pretty expensive investment, but still, I feel like they did okay. So we're gonna go ahead and start spearing this guy, and hopefully my Sorceress comes back, and I'm able to get like one more heal off on hooves over here. I feel like that's gonna be pretty good. So we're just throwing spears at him right now. We're just kind of continuing to fight. What we probably want to do is, oh yeah, look at that. He's actually re-manning the Goblobber up there. So that's pretty wild stuff. So. Let's go ahead and jump on these Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, a little bit of cycle charging. We're just going to kind of keep throwing spears in here and pull back. And just kind of pull back troops wherever we can and just, yeah, let's go ahead and reform over here. We do have our Sorceress as well, so let's get her over there. Just, yeah, this is going to be a tough one to win. This is going to be a really tough one. The balance of power is very, very heavily in my opponent's favor. So let's go ahead and throw the spear. Oh, yeah, get in there. So that did some good damage. He's pretty low, guys. So I think we might be able to just poke him down, to be honest. So let's get these guys up and around here. Get everyone kind of going over here. We need to like form one, you know, a new battle line essentially. So, but I didn't take advantage of Gibson's spears like this whole game. So let's go ahead and just keep trying to spear Belegar down. And you can see those spears hit like trucks. So we're actually going to run like back and around with him like so. And there's no way the Dwarves are going to catch him. So our Wild Riders are able to do some cleanup over there. My one concern, guys, are his Slayers. So let's use the Arcane Conduit. Yeah, we can still win this. It's going to be tricky, but it's possible. If I'm able to like spear out Belegar, I think we can like trigger some sort of an army issue for him. So cool. Hawk's Talon, we do have Wild Riders going around. Where's our other group? Did we sloppily lose them? I think we did. Yeah, I think we lost them. That's a damn shame, Jimmy. So these guys might not get away, but we will have a Hawk's Talon relatively shortly. So let's go ahead and turn here and go ahead and see if we can get another spear throw. Maybe we'll have like these guys intercept the Stain to like block for us and allow us to get that spear because it hits really hard. You see, like it's gonna get in there and do some good work against Belegar. So he does pop like a bit of a buff there. So again, we got to turn and run because come on, Mel, start running. Oh yeah, his hooves are too fast for this guy. He's going to get there. So we're going to run back here, reform our line, and then we're going to use an Earthblood, and then we'll probably just do like one type of like a last stand type engagement, but he still has Thanes and like all kinds of units, so it's going to be tough, guys. Yeah, we do have the Hawk's Talon. You guys are too much. So let's go ahead and just kind of pop this right here and see if it can like hit some of the Dawi here. And we're going to go ahead and get the Earthblood ready, and let's go ahead and wait till he's in there, and then we're going to cast it. So that heal is going to be really, really nice. So yeah, we get a little bombardment there, do some good damage to some of those miners, which is very, very good. And also the heal is going to be very, very essential here. So yeah, let's go ahead and just kind of push in here on this Thane. We can have some of these guys. Oh, do we actually have some missiles left here? It looks like we do. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a little something going there. We're going to pull this guy around, and the Thane's actually taking some good damage. So let's go ahead over here, get these guys kind of cycle charging in some of these Dwarf Warriors. And honestly, I have enough spears left with Mel that I think we can get away with like, you know, potentially just chucking at some of these units here, who are, mind you, steady. So they're not in the best shape. So these guys we can have try and snipe out Belegar with what missiles they have left. We're just throwing some good spears in here, and Belegar is almost in range. So let's see if we can, yeah, we might actually be able to route these Dwarf Warriors of Dragonfire Pass here. You guys can see the balance of power is like starting to shift a little bit in my favor. So no, that was a nice Olympic throw. You guys see that? Oh, but he still has 800 HP. So yeah, so we're routing these guys, which is good. So maybe we get Mel right now and we try and like terror out, but you can see he's like pulling a lot of those guys over there, which is going to be tough. Our Sorcerer is not in the best shape, but she's putting up a good fight. Mel's going to get a rear charge here, which hopefully will help to like, you know, lower the leadership of some of these units. But guys, I think it's time to just go full lethal weapon. I don't know if I got this, man. He still has Slayers, and I like don't have too much left. He has like too many Dwarf Warriors, and yeah, Slayers are just going to cut up a lot of my Elves. So Mel is not in great shape. Let's go ahead and get her back here, see if we can do our thing. And yeah, the 3 Way Watchers was just terrible. It was too much. Because my infantry line suffered, because you know you can have 3 extra groups of Eternal Guards for that same cost. So it's a tricky thing, guys. It's a tricky thing, but yeah. Let's go ahead and survey. We might just, you know, give him the game. I don't want to be a troll and kite him around for 45 minutes. So we're just going to see if we can get Belegar real quick, and if we can, maybe we'll try, but otherwise we won't. So yeah, it's good recovering for sure. I mean, honestly, like, yeah, I could have been more abusive about it and just kept running and trying to spear out Belegar, but yeah, I don't like to play that way. So we're going to go out like an absolute man, guys. We're going to just run straight for the throat here. I don't want to run for my opponent, so let's go ahead and use this Hawk's Talon. Oh yeah, it's time. Mel's going to go out like a hero. You guys ready for this? Here it comes. Oh, yeah. He just takes Belegar. Did he kill Belegar? Did he kill him? Can you get him? I wonder if he's going to get him. No, he's surrounded. So GG, man. That was fun. That was a really fun game. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. So well played to Mad Libs over there. I like the inclusion of the Iron Drakes. Now, the three-way Watchers did shut down the Iron Drake play, but it just wasn't an optimal build. I think one group of Wild Riders would have been better too. And also, I was very sloppy with my Wild. I lost that like whole group of like 40 of them there at the end. So well played. Sorry, that game was a little slow and atrocious, but it was laggy nonetheless. So yeah, that was literally like the freedom scene from Braveheart, right? That was good. All right, that's enough Wood Elves for me. I just don't like playing them. It's just, I don't know why. I'm not a fan, guys. I'm not a fan. So, why is everyone playing Dwarves today? What do you guys want to see? Bretonia? Yeah, I'm gonna stream on Sunday, Donald, to answer your question. Do you want to see? How about Empire? Right? Okay, fine. We'll play some Empire. So we're going to get Karl Franz because he's cool, and you can't actually cheat Boris Todbringer in anymore. You actually have to unlock him. So I can't use Boris anymore, guys. So we're going to strip down Karl, make him a little bit cheap. Of course, Lore of Life is very, very good here, so we're going to get that. Let's go ahead. Do we want to put him on a flying mount? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to just get the main healing abilities. The other ones really, in my opinion, aren't worth bringing. So we're going to get a steam tank. We're going to get Sterling's Free Company. We're going to get some handgunners. Yeah, we're going full on, guys. We're going full on. Now, another faction I'm not very good with. No, we can't do Volkmar against the dwarves. Yeah, you gotta get the Emperor. The Emperor. So we're gonna get some great swords right here, and then on top of that, we're gonna cut them, and we're gonna get some swordsmen, just to kind of be our front line, our tank and spank type situation. The one thing that kind of pains me about this build is I don't have any like cav or anything like that, but I think we're okay. We have a steam tank, which is really fun. So what do we want to get? I would like to get some like cav or something, right? But we have Sterling's Revenge, guys. We have Sterling's Revenge, which I feel is pretty gangster. Yeah. Hellblaster Volley Gun? Guys, come on. I don't want to lose 2 in a row. I don't think I've ever done that on the stream. You guys are just asking me to punish myself. So we're going to go ahead and get Sigmar's Sons, of course. Very, very good unit. So I think this should work, right? Yeah, let's try it. Take Balthazar? No, I can't. And guys, come on. I have 2 handgunners. I have Sterling's Revenge. I have a steam tank. I feel like it's a pretty fun build. Luminarch? No, Luminarch against Dwarves probably. Okay, before the night's over, guys, we will try a Balthazar build. We'll see if we can make it work. That Empire I'm really bad at. Like, I mean, I'm not bad. I'm okay, but I'm nowhere near as good as I am with other factions with Empire. My best are probably Greenskins, Chaos I'm getting better with again, but I still feel like I have a lot to learn. But Greenskins are probably my best faction, I would say, like my most competitive. And the reason why I like, oh man, you know what he's probably going to do is just deploy in the Shadow Realm over here and just turtle. I mean, it is dwarf, so they're not really going to try and contest the high ground. So, but it's okay. We have like a build that I think is going to be pretty like, good for advancing there. So let's go ahead here and we can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that going on. All right, so we're going to make a bit wider formations, just like so. And then the greatswords are going to kind of like be back and in between each one. So that if I want to like if I do want to charge the greatswords through, there will be a little bit of a seam. And also we're not as bunched for like artillery purposes. So the handgunners we're going to put in the wings like so. And we probably want them a little bit tighter. So there we go. So handgunners here, like that. It's a very odd formation, but I think it'll work. And then Sterling's Revenge can do a little bit of Vanguard up here, and the Steam Tank can be in Group 3 over here. Steam Tanks are really good. With, like, regrowth, it's incredibly hard to... Yeah. So let's see how it goes, guys. Let's have some fun. Yeah, you guys ready for some corner camping? Sterling's Revenge are actually good against the Dwarves. I really like them. Like, they have pretty good armor-piercing missiles with 14... So they have 14 AP on their missiles. And these guys, what do they have? So they have... 16, so it's not much less, and they also do have stock, so you can like get them in really good position. I wish like all Free Company militia had AP missiles. I think that would make them pretty good. Yes, vampires are my top faction. Sorry, yeah, I forgot. Vampires and greenskins are my most competitive factions. Yeah. Towards the end of the stream, if you guys remind me, I'll play with an auto-generated army, ranked. I'll play a ranked auto-generated army. So hopefully you guys appreciate that fun stuff here. So we're going to get our steam tank up. We're just going to start marching like so. Get these guys kind of running over here. And yeah, let's do it to it. So let's take a look at his army. So he has an organ gun, and a cannon. So we're going to start shooting at these iron breakers with our steam tank. And the steam tank's going to have a pretty good time. Also, I should be out of range of a lot of... Man, we're going to take some nasty gunfire, though, coming in there. So let's get these guys up as close as we can. Probably try and cap out the Iron Drakes. But we're going to take some heavy-duty fire, guys. This is going to be pretty rough here. So let's go ahead and start shooting here. Not at the miners. We want to shoot at the Ironbreakers. So you guys will see, man, we are taking cannon fire. But if he does focus his cannon on the steam tank, we can just spam heal, which is going to be really nice. So, because regrowth is so good with the steam tank. It's so incredibly powerful. So we do have the Sterling's Revenge kind of scurrying up around the flank. Hopefully they'll be able to do their thing. And have we made any contact yet? I don't think we've hit them yet. We're just barely missing. Maybe the arc is a little bit weird, so let's actually push up the hill a little bit more, and then once we're up, we'll go ahead and shoot that, because now you see we have a little bit of a better angle, I think. So cool. So we're going to advance here. It doesn't look like he does have some missile infantry, so he has Corlers, things like that, but man, we're like 0 for 4 there, but his cannons are missing horribly too, so yeah, I guess it goes around, right? So I'm really excited to get the Sterling's company up there. Yeah, we're going to do it, guys. So he does have the Iron Drakes here. The Iron Drakes will roast me a little bit, so what we want to do is probably get some handgunners like, oh, and they're almost in range already, so let's go ahead and run them over here and just keep advancing. Those organ guns, he is kind of like in the tree line, which is, in my opinion, a little bit awkward, and man, our steam tank hasn't hit anything yet. So we finally make some contact. We kill 3 models, so we're going to actually scoot and shoot a little bit. So we're going to shoot, and then we're going to advance. So just keep working on those guys. Just keep advancing like so. We're going to get these guys going here, these guys going here, and let's get Carl and the boys kind of scurrying around the back. So, oh, we actually just took out some Iron Drakes there, which is really, really nice. So we're almost in range, guys. So we're going to position these guys like this, and these guys can kind of just start shooting, honestly, at these Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. I feel like that's a good choice. Put them in group 4. And yeah, so he's actually shooting at my heroic units, which I definitely got to be careful of that. So let's get the handgunners in here shooting. Or no, these are the Sterling's Revenge. So we want to get our handgunners shooting like so, get these guys kind of running over here, and yeah, we're taking some good fire so far. So we're gonna put our handgunners, I don't know what I was trying to say there, but we're gonna put them in a different group, and man, we're taking some unhealthy fire there. So we're going to kind of keep running around here. We're going to get Carl and our guys over there and just kind of engage across the front line. So let's go ahead and get these guys engaged right here. We'll get these guys engaged here. And let's kind of bunch up here. We'll get some great swords kind of running around the flank to kind of, try and pressure in that way. And our handgunners are getting torn to shreds. So it looks like he does have some Coilers back here. So we're going to go ahead and go with Carl and just get ready to use some healing in the front line. So let's go ahead and cast a big, like, juicy overcasted heal here because we're taking a lot of shock damage. But our handgunners seem to be trading somewhat well. And he does have Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. So we're going to go ahead and shoot at those guys. And then we're going to just start shooting in at some of these. Where do we want to shoot? We can shoot at this other group right there. That should be fine. So Carl and the boys, we're going to get them in here. And we're going to have these guys start shooting here. But unfortunately, the Slayers are coming out. But hopefully we can, like, pull them back with Carl. I think that's going to be the plan here. But yeah, the steam tank, we want to like keep moving up here, but we get some good pot shots, but the Slayers are hot in pursuit. So Carl's going to get in there and hopefully do some good work against some of those frontline troops. The great swords are going to engage here, and our handgunners seem to be doing a decent job. So yeah, we're shooting down those Iron Drakes pretty well. So let's go ahead and switch it onto those Coilers. Unfortunately, the Sterling's Revenge over there are not in the best shape. So they're getting caught and chased a little bit, which is a little bit dicey, guys. So we're going to start shooting at those Iron Drakes to try and finish them off. We're just going to keep scurrying the best we can. Carl and the boys back here are, having a field day. So Carl, we're actually going to have him go after Thorgrim and just get ready to use any heals that we have. So the steam tank, it's back in action here. We're going to have it start shooting at some of these Coilers here. Let's go ahead and just regenerate these heals. And man, we definitely slopped up a little bit there with those units over there. But Carl's doing a pretty good job in the back. He should be able to do some good work against Thorgrim. And yeah, our handgunners are trading pretty well. We really want to finish off those Iron Drakes, so that's going to be very, very important for us. So let's go ahead and use a fat heal right here to kind of save up some of our great swords and just kind of keep them fighting. Very, very important because, again, a lot of our troops are going to start routing off here pretty quickly. So yeah, a little bit of... It looks like his Slayers like stopped pathing for a second, so we might be able to take advantage of that. So let's go ahead and gun them down. We're going to get these routing swordsmen here and get these Sterling's Revenge over here. So good. So Carl's in pretty good shape. We just need to make sure that we save a regrowth for him because, again, he's in a pretty pitched fight. And he's just fighting against Coilers and High King Thorgrim, so he's doing a pretty good job and, shutting them down essentially for quite some time. So let's start moving around a little bit with him, but our great swords are able to get through, which is good. So let's see if we can sneak them through like onto some of these guys. So Carl, we'll just kind of keep him going. We'll push him back onto this organ gun, which I think is actually still shooting. So good stuff. So our steam tank is here. It's doing some decent work against some of these guys. Our great swords were able to collapse, so let's go ahead and push them in here. And the Sterlings and all these guys are able to get here. So let's pull these guys like so, get these guys up and under like that. And good. So Carl's able to get on the organ gun and do some good work. We also do have our handgunners shooting in. Yeah, just wild stuff all the way around. So let's shoot at some of these guys. And yeah, we definitely want to get these swords out from in front of those guys. I don't know what they're doing there. We do have another heal, so let's go ahead and I think we have enough for the overcast, so let's go ahead and do that. That should put us pretty close to the healing cap here. Carl doing a very, very good job of shutting down like all these cannons and stuff. So the steam tank is doing pretty good. We're getting some good free fire on those Slayers over there. The Sterling's Revenge are going to come over here in the front, and man, we're getting some good exchanges here, guys. So let's pull these guys over here, get a little bit of repositioning check on Carl, who's just having a field day. Because again, he does have the forest here, so this fire that my opponent's applying isn't going to be that effective. So let's go ahead and push these greatswords back to Thorgrim. We're just going to push Carl over there, and we should be able to honestly kill Thorgrim real quick. But let's actually finish off that organ gun and finish off this one as well. So good, the greatsword's doing a good job. The swordsman obviously helping out quite a bit there. And let's go ahead and pull these guys up and over here. And I'm not sure. I guess he just forgot about those slayers, or maybe they. Yeah, I doubt they bugged out. We're not gonna have enough for a regrowth most likely, so we have to be a little bit more conservative here. So let's actually, yeah, Carl takes a little bit of damage from that guy. So let's push these greatswords back. We're going to pull Carl over here and have him start recharging, of course taking advantage of his mobility. And let's see if there's any other... Let's actually pull the steam tank in melee and have him help out with these iron breakers, which I feel is going to be really good. So the Sterling's Revenge continuing to scurry around. We do have an arcane conduit, which is quite nice. And now that the slayers are back online, it's going to be a little bit of an issue for us, but not a problem. So let's get Carl here, have him gank those guys. And the steam tank should be pretty useful for helping to break those iron breakers. So let's push these guys in here. And yeah, let's actually just start shooting at High King Thorgrim with those armor-piercing missiles here. So good. So the greatsword's got in the back line. Pretty atrocious fight for sure. Yeah, and Carl and the boys are able to route pretty quickly with the support of the handgunners, or route those guys, and we'll start shooting at the backs of these iron breakers as well. So cool. Let's pull Carl back to the main fight. We can have him go after Big Papa Thorgrim over here. We do have some slayers coming in pretty hot in our flanks, so let's see if we can intercept them with Sigmar's Sons, as well as a group of greatswords here. I think that's going to be pretty good. And yeah, the greatswords will make pretty short work of the slayers there. So cool. So let's start shooting at these dwarf warriors coming back, and yeah, we shouldn't have any problems from here on out. So he gets in here. We're going to go ahead and probably save up for a regrowth. And just use that. I think, what is it, 12? So yeah, we should have it in, let's see how long. So about, yeah, enough time. I don't think we're in any like dire pressing circumstances. So we do have the iron breakers here, but the steam tank doing a very, very good job. Let's go ahead and check in that regrowth. I really need to use it. So maybe we just cast this right here. I think, yeah, I think we're just going to do that because, oh, and it just ticks right when I do it. So it's okay though, guys. So we're going to kind of keep shooting here with the Sterling's Revenge. Actually, they did get engaged on by some slayers, which is a little bit tricky. So let's pull the greatswords back, have them kind of, actually, yeah, the slayers are for the most part taken care of. So good. So let's kind of get them in here, have them help out. And Carl, even with that heal, is still taking a beating from this guy. So let's pull back here. Let's get the steam tank engaged on him. Let's get these guys shooting with their ranged attack. Man, yeah, Thorgrim just grudging it hard, guys. Just grudging incredibly hard. So Thorgrim's now getting attacked by the steam tank and a lot of those other guys, and it looks like his army is crumbling at that point. So, man, yeah, we did it. We did it, guys. What a glorious cockfight. So now we just need to finish off the slayers. I mean, a bit of a mistake on my opponent letting the Sterling's Revenge go, but I still think we would have. I mean, they didn't even do that much when they came back, so I think we would have been fine either way. But still, that would have made it a tougher battle for sure. But now they're shooting in here, capping some of these slayers, which is good. Let's go ahead and pull everyone in here and just do our thing. So, man, I'm so tired of fighting dwarves. I'm so tired of it. I don't want to. I mean, it's not like I'm like bitter about it. It's just yeah, I don't know. I prefer to play other factions. So let's get in here and ride these guys over. Oh yeah, that steam tank just doing its thing. Steam tanks are really good. They're incredibly strong in like all matchups. The Terror, and especially with Lore of Life, they're so hard to kill, guys. So do you think that Turinators would be a good name for Turin's subscribers? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'll let you guys come up with that. You guys can be the voice of the people. So well played to my opponent Gilo. It was fun. I mean, he made organ guns work. I mean, he racked up kills on those things, and he had a very cool army. So you got to give some serious props to my homie over here. So well played, man. Well played. So let's hang tight for a second. Just kind of have a cup of tea, or not a cup, whatever's left of my tea here. So, but yeah, I really like the Free Company militia. I was definitely very sloppy, like letting him get those slayers, like pursuing them. That shouldn't have happened, like ever. That was really, really sloppy. So. Yeah, so let's do it. Let's queue up for another game, guys. We're having a good time. Hopefully we can get like a chaos game in here. I'm probably going to play chaos, like regardless of who we're playing against. But I guess you guys have seen Empire, right? So that was kind of cool. So we're going to play chaos here. And guys, you are in for a treat. We are going to get the Ever Chosen. So chaos versus vampire counts. Ooh, this is going to be an ugly one. This is a really hard matchup. So do I want to use the Flamestorm? No, because it moves. So it's not that good. So we're going to keep these abilities like so. We're going to get the Lore of Fire. We're also going to get the Crown of Domination, which will make our troops immune to psychology. So we'll see how that goes. And let's see, what do we want to get as far as our other units? So for frontline troops, it's probably going to be prudent to get some armor piercing for the Graveguard. On top of that, we'll get some Aspiring Champs, which again, I think are a pretty cost-effective unit here. Let's see. So we do have a Fireball, but the problem is our Fireball doesn't have like a great angle. And you know what, guys? Normally, I don't like trolls here, but I'm going to try them and keep them with Archaon and see if that crown can keep them fighting. It's going to be really risky, and does his other item give leadership as well? Oh, trolls are so risky. I think that's just going to backfire on me, guys. Chosen with the Ever Chosen. Yeah, maybe we'll get some. No, Chosen just aren't that great though. I don't think in this matchup. So probably we want to get a Shaggoth of some sort, or at least Dragon Ogres, because again they do have anti-large. So, but let's get some Marauder Horsemen. This terrain's a little bit weird because again there's a lot of like forests and things like that. But the Master Marauder Horsemen should be pretty good here. So on top of that, we will get. Do we want to get a giant? Do we want to get a giant, guys? Turnips? Are you guys calling me a turnip? No, I don't want to be a turnip. So I guess we'll get some Chaos Knights, right, in the back line. Do we want to do that? Or do we just want to go like really heavy infantry? Forsaken, I think, are going to be a decent pick. So let's get like a single Forsaken just for mobility to apply some pressure. And for Air Force, do we want to play the Air Force game? We could get like 2 Manticores and try and like, you know, force him out of the air if he does decide to like try and get a Vampire Lord or something. We do have the Marauder Horsemen to support as well. I would like to get some like Dragon Ogres or some sort of like anti-large units. So maybe we get the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. No, he's so expensive though. He's so expensive, guys. We get some Poison Warhounds and Dragon Ogres. Okay, let's try and make this work. It's going to be a little bit odd. And you know what? I actually did want to kind of get one group of trolls too. Now, I know trolls on paper are pretty terrible against vamps, and I say that in pretty much all my videos. But guys, we're practicing new builds. We're experimenting. We're trying to learn a little bit. So yeah, fire spells are going to be very good against vampire counts. It's going to be very, very good. Yeah, I like turnips. And guys, I actually made a Discord. So I'm going to set up a channel on Discord so that when you guys just want to hang out and chat, we can all get in there and play and have a good time. So yeah, guys, let's do it. This is a tough matchup, and I don't know how good this army's going to be. Yeah, this is a new army. I've never tried it before, so it's going to be a little bit different. But I think Flaming Sword of Ruin, it imbues with fire. Is it melee damage, or it's just weapon strength? So I think that'll work with the Master Marauder Horseman, actually, if he does get a Mortis Engine. So we'll see. And I think Dragon Ogres, when mixed in with Chaos Warhounds, should do well against Blood Knights. Not sure. We'll find out. Yeah. Man, you guys are going ham in chat. It's pretty wild in there today. Is Lady Turin keeping things in check? Or is she just kind of letting it go, turn into an apocalyptic wasteland in there? Yeah, good times, guys. Good times. But yeah, so pretty cool stuff, guys. I'm pretty excited for the Total Warhammer 2 announcement next week. Man, I am so excited. Guys. Hey, what's going on, Casanova? Signing in all the way from China. Cool, man. I took like a week of Chinese in college and I dropped it. It was so difficult. I can speak Japanese okay, but man, I studied Chinese and that's a brutal language to learn, man. That is really tough to speak. Yeah, I took it for a week and I was like, screw this. I'm going to go take sign language in Japanese. Hey, what's going on, Ferdinand? So just came back from a house party, pretty wasted, and now I'm eating eggs and toast while watching the stream. Right on, man. What'd you drink? What'd you have? Just some beer? Are you a whiskey guy? I don't really drink much, but I pretend like I know what I'm talking about. So you're not innocent. Don't give me that, Anna. I know there's some treachery in this chat. So we're going to get our Chaos Warriors kind of spread out like so. We're going to get our Aspiring Champs, who are pretty solid here. Put them back here. And then the Forsaken, we might do a little bit of like funny business with the Forsaken. Try and do like a sandwich or something. And let's see here. So Archeon and the boys. We do actually have some Chaos Trolls too, which I think could be okay if we can keep their leadership up. And we're actually going to keep Archeon with the main army to make them all immune to psychology, which is going to be really nice. So these guys will do Vanguard. These guys will be our group. Actually, these guys can be group 2. These guys can be group 3. So cool. So I think we're okay. Excuse me. My apologies. Yeah. Your accent is bad. Oh, I know. Yeah, Chinese is a brutal language. Mad props to any people who learn that. It's very, very difficult. So yeah, let's see how this goes here, guys. Oh man, I have no idea what to expect. So yeah, let's hope for the best. Yeah, I mean, Chinese isn't going to be hard if I mean, you're Chinese. You're all bulletproof. Oh, man. All right, so we do have the Flaming Sword of Ruin, which does... Oh, it actually buffs weapon damage and missile damage. Do those stack? Does that? That would be really good, like, if we're able to do that and, like, just, like, poke down a Mortis Engine. So he actually doesn't bring a Mortis Engine. He brings a pretty heavy little Air Force here, which is a little bit scary. He has some zombies in the front line. It looks like he does have some Fellbats with Isabella von Karstein. So definitely spooky and scary. So we'll go ahead and put them in skirmish. Let's pull up our hounds just to kind of protect them. And let's get these Forsaken running up and around here. So the Forsaken can come up through the woods. And these guys are going to get some freebies here, and they do some good damage. So let's go ahead and make sure they're running from the Fellbats. And yeah, we're getting... I mean, even if they kill the Fellbats, that's still like 300 resources out the gate. So yeah, let's just continue to skirmish with these guys. And what we'll end up doing is using them to focus down the corpse card, I think. I think that's going to be our prime engagement here. So he actually does engage the Fellbats, but he decides to pull out. That's what she said. Very, very wise decision. And yeah, so I think we're okay. So we do have some Forsaken coming up around the flanks. What we want to do probably is use them to just like crunch on some of these zombies real quick. I think that could be okay. Our Marauder Horseman doing a pretty good job just kind of putting those bats down, to be honest, which is really, really good. So pretty happy about that. Let's just kind of posture up here and just wait for my opponent. Isabel is definitely going to be summoning some zombies on top of these guys. So we want to like keep scurrying them around, making it very, very hard for our opponent to like figure out where we're going to sit. And yeah, feeling good. But yeah, the Fellbats are trolling a little bit, guys. But we're able to take out 2 of them, which again is a somewhat expensive investment. So let's pull the Forsaken back in the woods. Just get ready to go. And yeah, this zombie line isn't going to be an issue. We should be able to just like crumble it really quick. So we'll get in there with our troops and just push in and hopefully be able to kill them while our Master Marauder Horsemen just continue to crumble all these guys, which is really, really good actually. So let's go ahead and take off the skirmish pathing. And yeah, he's engaging Cryptors against my my Forsaken over here, which is going to be really, really solid. So the Dragon Ogres and the Hounds, we're going to get them to go after those isolated guys here. We're just going to kind of keep running around from Isabella's zombie summons. I think that's going to be pretty important here. Let's get these guys focusing over yonder. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. So we'll get those guys focusing here. We're going to get these guys focusing up and around here. And great, so we're going to go ahead and use the Flaming Sword of Ruin in our main army, which is going to be very, very solid. And the Forsaken are just tearing those Cryptors to pieces. It's in many ways what they're designed to do. So let's get him in here, go ahead and use his different buffs. And the Chaos Trolls, we want to make sure they're on armor, so far so good. So our Master Marauder Horsemen performing really well. Over here, they're kind of poking away at those Cryptors. So he's going to summon another group of zombies. You can kind of tell by his movements, I think. So we're going to pull back here. Archaon is taking a little bit more damage than I would like, though. So let's go ahead and pull him back. We do get a Gaze of Nagash there, but we're going to use an Overcasted Piercing Bolt right on this big blob. And our Master Marauder Horseman doing a good job focusing that cart. And check this Piercing Bolt out right now. So we're going to go, and it's going to hit. Oh, I'm so excited to see the damage on this. It's going to be so exciting. So, man, oh, look at that damage. That was so good. Oh, my goodness. Just great value. So we're just going to kind of park Archaon right here. Just use these Master Marauder Horsemen to focus down this corpse cart. And the Forsaken in the back just like tore them to shreds. And of course, our Giants doing a very good job as well. So let's kind of pull these guys in the back right now. Just get really, really aggressive. And the Chaos Trolls performing well. We can get them focusing on Lady Karstein. And of course, we do have Archaon himself over here. So we're probably going to save up for another Flaming Sword of Ruin. So let's pull back here and just continue to focus this corpse cart with our Master Marauder Horsemen. We'll get these Hounds. And oh, man, Dragon Ogres are going to just squash all these casters. Oh, this is going to feel good. And let's go ahead and finish off that guy as well. So great. So Archaon and the boys having a good time. Let's go ahead and use this big, juicy Flaming Sword of Ruin. We're able to surround that corpse cart. And yeah, these Dragon Ogres should put these guys in a cannon. Our front line seems to be holding up pretty well, largely due to the fact that I think he was somewhat sloppy with his Cryptors and kind of let them, get punished. So we're able to just completely collapse that line. So we're going to kind of send these guys up. So let's actually pull these guys up and around and move them like out this way. So let's go ahead and position those guys up and around, pull these guys over yonder. And yeah, I think we got this. Guys. Yeah, the Dragon Ogres did really good. And I mean, they're laying the smackdown on this Necromancer now. Archaon, definitely the Lord of the End Times, is not going to have any of Isabella's shit. So let's go ahead and put the Trolls over here as well. And let's move these Aspiring Champions onto her also. So we might actually try and park these guys over here and just sandwich him if he decides to play that game. So we're going to get a rear charge here. We're going to get these guys like so and get these Forsaken collapsing on the flank here with all these spooky, scary vampires. And it looks like that might be all she wrote for our vampire opponent. Archaon's pretty scary. Let's go ahead and use a fireball here and see if we can just chunk out Isabella. That'll be kind of fun. Let's see if it actually hits her. So 800 HP. Looks like he's trying to turn to cast it. He's struggling a little bit. You see, it uses my Winds of Magic, but it just never casts it. Like, what's that about? Is that just a bug, or is it a miscast? I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and intercept her with our dudes here, and it looks like she does get up in the air, which is unfortunate, but we'll just kind of keep poking at her. Let's get these guys kind of focusing on the flanks, and I think the immunity to psychology with the crown was really, really good here. That was awesome. So yeah, pretty pleased with that performance from these guys. Let's go ahead and throw some spears over here, get these guys coming over here, and yeah, they do okay. She only has 80 armor, so she's gonna summon some zombies, which is fine, so we can just simply run away. Archaon and the boys are just gonna kind of keep cleaning up in the front line. You can see all the Grave Guard and the guys are crumbling. So yeah, we did it. That was pretty cool, huh? Yeah, the Cryptors, definitely engaging those versus Forsaken was a huge mistake. I think that cost him the game because he didn't have any AP in the front line. Like, the Graveguard didn't have enough damage. He did have a lot of vampires, too. He had a Necromancer and a Vampire, so what did he bring? Yeah, it looks like he had way too much invested in the spells. So, some spooky, scary stuff, but we did it. Archaon, man, with that crown. Big performer. I mean, it gave and look at the radius on that. It's actually pretty big. So that whole group right there that you guys see is immune to psychology, which is really, really good. So let's go ahead and path in here, finish off these zombies. And what else does he? Oh, is it just the zombie? So yeah, we can get some cinematic slaying of these zombies right now. It's just the hordes of chaos come in and just mop them up to the floor. Oh, this is great. Yeah, I'm not sure if he had a game plan, but You know, I really like Chaos Marauders, like, thematically. Like, I was watching the NF General's lore videos on Wolfric the Wanderer and, like, reading about, like, the Norskin tribes. They're so cool. Like, I really hope they get more, like, kind of, troop augmentations in the future. But again, Chaos is going to have, like, the option for, like, I'm sure, like, Mark of Khorne or Mark of Tzeentch or Nurgle. That's going to be really cool to see. So, pretty excited, but always a good time seeing Archaon, the Lord of the End Times. Again, guys, he is in the thumbnail, so he's the celebrity of this stream today, so... Well played to my opponent. It was a fun game. GG, man. I think that build worked pretty well, right? Yeah. All right, cool. Can I play more Empire? Yeah, I'll try playing Empire Casanova. Really, I'm not that great with them. But still, I'll see what I can do. Really good performance from the Marauder Horsemen. They were able to like zone out Hellbats. They were able to focus down the Corpse Cart. Just great use all around, in my opinion. So let me go ahead and just stretch my hand out for a second. It's actually feeling pretty good today, despite a lot of typing at the office, so... Yeah, I don't think there's going to be Marauder buffs. What are my console gamer? To answer your question, what are my favorite bands? Foo Fighters, Metallica, Nine Inch Nails, Soundgarden, Audioslave. I love 80s music. Van Halen. I love like cheesy 80s rock too. That would kind of be my spectrum of music. But Metallica, like Fade to Black, Ride the Lightning. Foo Fighters, The Color and the Shape. Audioslave, I love all their albums. Soundgarden, like 4th of July. Fell on Black Days is like one of my favorite songs of all time. So cool, guys. Yeah, so is the leaderboard, is it reset already? Yes, if I use my other hand, it does feel like a stranger, so. Yeah, so I'll be hitting the leaderboards pretty hard. Did they reset already? I don't think they've reset yet, right? I don't know. Yeah, we'll find out. So we're playing against Sam. So Sam is going to play Empire. So who do we want to play against Empire? Let me see the map. So I'm trying to remember what Volksgrad looks like. We can play the spooky vampire counts. You guys want to see some? Oh, guys, come on. This should be a gimme. This should be a gimme here. So of course we're gonna get the Red Duke, guys, but it's time for the first inaugural Black Coach of our stream. So we're gonna get the Black Coach, which normally isn't good against Empire, guys, but the Black Coach doesn't care what it's good against and what it's not good against. It's just gonna do work. It cares not for your opponent's strategies. So the rest of our army is gonna be pretty much standard, I think. But again, guys, we are bringing a Black Coach, so hopefully there's no issues here, and I think it'll work out pretty well for us. So let's go ahead here, and with El Sif, we probably want to get the Arcane Conduit, which I always forget. I always forget that. But you know what, guys? And let's make that Black Coach even stronger. Let's chevron it up to silver. So it is a true force to be reckoned with now. My opponent is going to tremble in despair. The Day I Tried to Live. Oh, yeah, that's such a good song, Nick. Nick Hillard. I agree, man. I love that song. Yeah. One of my favorite Soundgarden songs is 4th of July. It's kind of like a grungy doom metal type song, but it's like really slow and like cryptic, and I just kind of like it. And then there's songs like Spoon Man that are really good. But, I'm not the hugest fan of Spoon Man. I still like it as a song, but yeah. So let's see how this goes, guys. I mean, we might lose because of the Black Coach. That's 1,300 resources down the drain if it doesn't work, so. But hopefully we can teach my opponent to at least respect it, even in a loss, That's the most important thing. You have to teach people to respect it. Yeah, Iron Maiden's good. I don't listen to him too much, but I still like Iron Maiden, yeah. Yeah. They're not like one of my like staple bands, I would say, though, to be honest. Dude, Vlad, to answer your question, Vlad, I have the master squat, dude. My squat form is on point. You can ask my girlfriend. She'll tell you. And I've actually owned an Adidas tracksuit also. I used to, when I was like 13 or 14, I had one. I still have the top, actually, the top of it, somewhere in my closet, probably here somewhere. Yeah, it's pretty quality stuff. So Volksgrad, I'm trying to remember. I think this is the one with like the snowy, the wooded forest that kind of separates the two armies. I know, isn't that funny, Ash? Like how the Black Coach works. It's so phallic in so many ways. Like the longer you leave it in, the harder it gets. Like, come on. Like you can't ask for more of a "that's what she said." I haven't listened to much Danzig. I mean, there are a few Danzig songs I like maybe 2 or 3 of them, but... Oh, yeah, guys, I forgot to mention, Red Hot Chili Peppers is, like, one of my favorite bands of all time. Also, I love Red Hot Chili Peppers, yeah. Like, Scar Tissue, Under the Bridge, Suck My Kiss, like, all those songs are so good. Yeah, they'll if it doesn't defeat them, they'll at least respect it. So, that's the most important thing about the Black Coach. And it is foggy and and depressing outside today, guys. It really is. Yeah, I've heard Iron Maiden's pretty good live. I mean, yeah, you'll probably be able to say, answer that more than myself, but cool. So yeah, we got our front liners here. We got our Cryptors. So our deployment for the most part is going to be somewhat standard in the front line. We're going to put the Mortis Engine kind of guarded by those guys, and then of course the Cryptors we're going to kind of put here, or the Spears, excuse me, on the sides. And yeah, I like it. Good, good, good. So the Red Duke and the homies are going to be back here. And guys, can we hide this in the forest? It doesn't let me hide the Black Coach. It's very frustrating, but we're going to kind of move those guys over. We're going to go ahead and ready up, and let's just do it. Let's get down and dirty. I've heard of Tame Impala. Yeah, the Black Coach doesn't have the best penetration until endgame. But once it gets going, it gets in there deep. Like when you first try and get it in, it's just a little bit, it's a little tough. But once this guy gets it going, he gets in there. Yeah. Yeah, there's just too much potential for phallic innuendos. It's just too much, guys. It's too much. But we do have the Red Duke. He's ready to go. He's a boss. He's definitely probably one of the best vampire lords. Isabella is really good too, especially in multiplayer with her cross heal. It's really good. Like the Blood Chalice, you can heal your allies' lords like hardcore. So I really like that. Your dad texted you RH Red Hot Chili Peppers cock socks. Yeah, they do that in their shows. They've come on stage with just a sock on their cocks, literally just completely naked. So, but great band, yeah, great band, and they really like transcended the '90s. Like a lot of those bands from that time period, like they didn't like transfer so well. They kind of fell out of popularity. All right, cool. So let's go ahead. The Black Coach is going to just go full Mission Impossible. He has a pretty small army, so I'm expecting some sort of like nets or cheese shenanigans. Not cheese, I guess, but nets. I wouldn't say nets or cheese. They're just, somewhat obnoxious to deal with. So we do have a General of the Empire with potions, of course. He does have Blood Roar. Yeah, just one potion. He doesn't have the Unbreakable one. It looks like we do have a Hammer of the Witches. So, yeah, we just got to, use the trees and the terrain, and maybe the Black Coach can get back there and deal with that. I think that's going to be our game plan here. So, we don't want to run in front of it. What does he have over here? So he has the Royal Altdorf Griffites and some other dudes. But guys, the Black Coach is going with this. Let's just put the Black Coach in Group 2 and just have it kind of run around over here, right? So we're going to advance over yonder, and actually, he's probably going to like try and dive and troll me a little bit with that General of the Empire with cycle charging, maybe. So what does he have? So he has Swordsman. So his front line is pretty weak. So I think our front line, assuming the Hammer of the Witches doesn't just like devastate us, we should be okay. Thankfully, we do have this tree in the way right now. So let's actually go and try and force an engagement. And you guys see this Black Coach just all business right now. So I think we got to go in right now to try and force the Black Coach's hand. And if he does like land and try and do any trolley business on the Mortis Engine, we can just use the Cryptors to kind of protect it. So the Black Coach is going in hot. You guys see it's gonna run into those flagellants for sure. Like no mercy, guys. So here it comes. You guys ready? Oh, this is so stupid. This is such a bad idea, guys. For the record. And he does get a net over here, and the Black Coach gets in there, and oh yeah, that felt good. Let's get it out of there right now. So he does net me, but thankfully I'm like kind of in the trees right now, which is okay. So we're gonna keep this Mortis Engine like up here a little bit and just kind of keep it back. Just wait for these nets to wear off. And these Royal Altdorf Griffites are coming in pretty hot. So what we're gonna do is summon some zombies like right in front of our army, which is gonna block their charge. And the Black Coach is here, and we get the zombie summon. Check that out, guys. It breaks the freaking charge, and then we counter charge. God, that just was so nice. So right now we're gonna go ahead and summon another group of zombies right on top of those guys. And we're just going to get our main army engaged here. Let's go ahead and get the Mortis Engine run over there. We'll put it in Group 4. And the Black Coach, let's go ahead and get the Black Coach in here as well, guys, and have it help out. So he is targeting my Lord pretty aggressively here, so we're going to use an Invocation of Nehek. We're also going to pull out just a little bit here. We don't want to take too much damage, so let's go ahead and use this. We'll get the Blood Knights kind of buffed up here, and it's going very, very well so far. So good. So we're going to summon another group of zombies on the backside, and guys, it's time. The Black Coach is coming in. It's coming in hot. Oh, yeah, look at that. Juicy, juicy engagement. So in the front, everything's going to get engaged to code here. Let's go ahead and get these guys going like so. These Skeleton Spears we can bring over there. And the Mortis Engine we want over here to like help like win, because that's obviously the most important aspect of this battle here. So these Cryptors, we can go ahead and just kind of run them in here. And this other group of Cryptors, we probably want to like pull them over here, to be honest. So I think when he didn't get that charge, it was a pretty like, not backbreaking, but a really, really devastating situation for him. Because again, he had a lot of his marbles in that charge. The Black Coach is in here fighting. It's doing its thing. And we get another summon, and we're able to actually get out with our Lord. So we're going to use El Sif on his General of the Empire. So now he overextends a little bit. We're going to turn, and we're going to engage on him. And we do get another Invocation of Nehek, so we're going to heal up everyone right here. These Cryptors, we want to make sure they're fighting some like high-value units. And guys, the Black Coach is just doing God's work right now. It's doing some serious punishment. So we're able to surround this guy. We're taking a bit more damage than I would like. Let's go ahead and use Von Hells right here and just pop this, and we're pretty much near our healing cap. So we get these Cryptors in, and then they get on his General of the Empire. And it looks like, oh no, my game crashed. Oh no, guys. The game crashed. Draw packs, I say. Draw packs. So, got to refire up the game, guys. Sorry. So, I'm going to fire it up here. I think we had that one in the bag, though. It was feeling pretty good. For sure. So, man, a disappointment. The first Black Coach game, and we crash. I've honestly only ever had my game like crash twice. But yeah, we had all his Cav get dead. The Royal Altor Pure Fights were, shut down. And yeah, see, so we got like a regularly quit or crash, so who repeatedly drop out. Yeah, I mean, it was clearly an accident, guys. We have evidence, so it's okay. Let's get back in there. But I would say that game was going really well. Like his main line was collapsed. His general was almost dead. Yeah, the Black Coach I think just overwhelmed the game itself. Yeah, and the zombie cushion was really good. So unfortunately we disconnected, but guys, it is what it is. So let's see, who do we want to play here? I feel like I've been kind of on a chaos kick lately. I've been really wanting to like make Archaon work. So we're going to try Archaon again. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Cascading Fire Cloak. We're going to get the Crown of Kings, or the Crown of Domination. Yeah, the big Black Coach broke the game. I think it just crashed. So yeah, let's see who my opponent's going to lock in there. But yeah, that game was going really well. Like the balance of power was pretty heavily in our favor, I think. So yeah, the first zombie summon was pretty backbreaking. I don't think he could have came back from that. His lord was surrounded by Blood Knights and was being beaten on by the Red Duke with Hellseef. It's just game over. So yeah, good game. Good game, even though we didn't get to finish it. So hopefully it doesn't crash again. I've only ever had it crash a few times. So, oh, is he typing something? Uznia? He's saying no way. Oh, he's watching the stream. Cool, man. Hey, don't you stream snipe me, man. Don't you do it. I'm watching you. Okay, fine. So Uznia, I'm going to put some faith in you that you're not going to watch what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, so vampires. Ooh, this is going to be tough. I'm tempted to play all Gobos, but guys, we're going to be brave here. We're going to braveheart it, and hopefully he's not watching, because if he is, we're just going to lose. So let's get some of these guys. A little something. We're going to get these as well. Some pretty similar build that we did the other game, I think, with a few exceptions. Let's actually, I'm trying to think here. So let's get rid of the Fireball. It's not very good. So Flaming Sword of Ruin, and then let's see, what do we want to get here? What are the factions missing from the game? I'll go ahead and get into that in just a moment. Don't stream snipe me, bro. Don't do it. I know it's tempting, but it's not worth it, man. You won't feel good afterwards. So we're gonna get these. Actually, might feel good. Yeah, just punishing me might feel good. I can't speak to that. So Archaon, honestly, I don't even know if we need him on a mount since we're gonna keep him on the front here. Let's see here. So we have a decent little goon squad here. I would like to get some Forsaken. Maybe we cut one of these guys. We get some Forsaken. Man, I need a little bit more money. So we're going to cut these guys and maybe just get... Oh, the Poison Hounds are so good, though, guys. Ugh. Oh, there's something I want to try that just isn't quite working here. You know? I don't care. If you really want to stream snipe, it's cool, man. I don't mind. I'm trying out new builds, so, why not keep exploring? So we're going to try this. I'm a little apprehensive about it, but you know what? I think we can make it work, guys. I think we can. So there's kind of I was talking to my buddy Italian Spartacus, who has a lore channel. He does multiplayer, lore, all that kind of good stuff. And he was saying that based on like the kind of terrain of where the lizard men are, it's most likely going to be the Skaven, who are a pretty prominent enemy of the lizard men. I think. I don't know. I'm just going off what I heard. So Lizardmen, Skaven, probably the Dark Elves, and then I'm not sure about the other factions. I can't really speak to it, so. Quick up to avoid the counter. Dude, it's okay. If you want to stream snipe, you can definitely do pretty well, for sure. But it's funny, sometimes when people stream snipe, like they go with like what they normally aren't comfortable with, and they may actually like have trouble on that same coin. So, I mean, we're definitely gonna have the Red Duke in here, El Jefe. He's pretty scary, so. Get the Black Roach. I like that, the Black Roach. Yeah, I hope he gets a Black Coach. I hope he does our people proud. So, yeah, it's pretty good. The hair, it's not slicked back. It's believe it or not, with my hair, there's actually no gel right now. It's just I just combed it after the shower. Italian Spartacus. So I'm gonna go ahead and like the channel, guys. It's my buddy. His channel's grown quite a bit. He had an old channel before that had like 900 subs, but since he started, I think he's gotten like 200, which is great. So, I'll go ahead and link it in chat. So go ahead and subscribe if you guys could. He's one of my good friends from college. I've known him for about 10 years, give or take. Really good guy. And he's pretty hilarious. Like, you guys will see once you get to know him through his content. So, yeah, maybe an ogre faction. Yeah, oh yeah, Tomb Kings. That was the last one that I was thinking might be a thing. Tomb Kings are basically vampires who have their will. Like, because the vampire units, like a lot of them are stripped of their will. You know, they're bound to the will of the vampires and the necromancers. But with the Tomb Kings, from what I understand, they still have their like will, like their intellect and their own free will, I guess, essentially. So yeah. So we're trying to make chaos great again, guys. We might get put in a can here because this is a... Oh, dude, if I could grow a mullet, I could actually grow a pretty sick mullet for sure. Like, half of my family are like, oh my goodness, it is raining incredibly hard outside. So half of my family are like New York City, East Coast Italians, and then the other half like are kind of like country Irish folk who grow some pretty sick mullets. I'm pretty sure there's been some good ones in my family. So yeah, so we'll see. Why did you write mallet? Anna, are you telling him that my hair is a mallet? So we mixed up our build a little bit, guys. We didn't go with the same exact build as last time, trying to throw my opponent off who might have suspected what I was going to do. So very, very cool. And Archeon isn't on a mount this time. So he's going to be like a true kind of a leader on the ground. Hopefully he'll do pretty well for me. So good. So we got a little bit of Vanguard action going on. We got some of these guys. We'll put them in group... Actually, these guys should be group 3. So let's go ahead and degroup them and put these guys in group 2. These guys can go in group 3, like so. And then we got these Manticores. So the Manticores are a bit of an interesting pick. I don't know how good they're going to be because, again, terror isn't really a factor against these guys. But, yeah, should be good. We'll see how it goes. I look like Adrian Brody. I thought I looked like Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah. And I don't think you could... I don't think you can do the Adrian Brody because he has a very, like, prominent nose. Like, a very, like, kind of, you know, nose thing going on there. And my nose is very, very straight. Yeah, although maybe... Yeah. Adrian Brody. I've never been told I look like Adrian Brody before. That's interesting. Someone in Chipotle the other day came up to me and told me I looked like Ethan Hawke. But you guys have said that on stream over and over. So cool. So he's got some spooky, scary dudes coming around. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of kiting and fighting. So we're going to pull these guys up. We're going to start advancing our main line like so. And yeah, so maybe actually, do we want to just deploy right here and take advantage of our skirmishing and stuff? I think that might not be a bad idea. So let's go ahead and just kind of engage here, just kind of poke away at these dire wolves. And he does have the dire pack coming from over there as well. So yeah, we do have our cav and like our other mobile threats coming. So let's kind of advance over here and see if we can like get some freebies on this the Claw of Nagash. And we're also going to pull up our mobile troops and try and like protect them as well. So let's go here. Let's get these Manticores coming over yonder. And we're going to see if we can poke this Claw of Nagash. I think we should be able to get some free damage on it, which is going to be nice. So if he does decide to collapse, we do have some troops and auxiliary, which should be able to like kind of get up there and protect them. So let's get these guys over here, and we'll get the Dragon Ogres kind of smacking on these ones. And good. So we get a good little charge there, which is not bad at all. We're definitely going to try and do some work there. And the Manticores we can put over there and have them go help against these guys. And good. So we got a decent little engagement. It looks like we're able to shatter some of the hounds and those other guys. But again, we don't want to get like terribly surrounded here. So we're going to kind of push up like so, get these guys engaged here, get these guys here. And yeah, it's going to be a wild fight to say the least. So let's go ahead and use the Flaming Sword of Ruin right here. I don't mind like a mosh pit style fight right here. So the Manticores, we probably want to get them up and out. Let's get the Marauder Horsemen over here and just reposition them. And now we have Archeon and the boys in here, and it's going to kind of just become like a bit of a Death Star style fight. So good. So let's get our AP troops going right here. And yeah, our hounds actually did, I think, get terrified or routed. I'm not sure. But the Manticores are up in the air, which is good. So let's go ahead and pull them over here and just kind of chill. And he does have the Red Duke. So we're going to just start focusing down this Claw of Nagash and just doing as much work as we possibly can against it. Our Dragon Ogre is taking a little bit more damage than I would like, but we're still doing some good work. So we're going to jump on the Red Duke with that Manticore, and this Manticore we're going to kind of go after the Mortis Engine over there. So good. So these guys are going to kind of come up and around here. The Dragon Ogres were able to get back, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and get those Dragon Ogres fighting on those guys. And we do have a Piercing Bolts. So what are these over here? So these are Grave Guards. So we're going to go ahead and use the Piercing Bolts here. We're able to get the Manticore right there, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and pull this one up here. We're going to pull this one up over yonder, start throwing some weapons here, and start throwing right here. So we're getting some good pressure right now, and we get a great bombardment here. So that should do some pretty devastating damage. So we're going to go ahead and use the leadership buff and just kind of keep doing our thing and just kind of keep trying to work this Mortis Engine down over the course of this battle. So the Dragon Ogres here are in okay shape, but he does get the Blood Knights on me, which is a little bit dicey. So let's kind of just keep focusing the best we can. We'll get this Manticore focusing here, and Archeon's doing a pretty good job kind of keeping his blob here fighting. But still, he does have like Cryptors and some other units that seem to be performing pretty well against me, but hopefully we can get that Mortis Engine down. So our Dragon Ogres, where are they? So they're still kind of in a bit of an awkward position here. And yeah, I feel like the fight's a little bit dicey. Like, I don't know how well this is going, to be honest. But what do we have here? So our Manticore is kind of surrounded right here, which is tough. This other Manticore is doing a pretty good job. So let's go ahead and pull that back. We'll go ahead and get these Warriors of Chaos kind of reformed right here. And it looks like he does get in with the Red Duke. So we're going to go ahead and get these Dragon Ogres fighting him. Let's go ahead and focus right here and get this going right here. So our troop count is a little bit lower than I would like. So let's go ahead and get these guys over here, and this Manticore can come in and hopefully finish that thing off with a good charge. So we do have the Flaming Sword of Ruin again, so we're going to go ahead and pop that. We're going to get these Dragon Ogres. Hopefully they can do some good damage. And let's go ahead and get this going after the Cloth Nagash and get these guys starting to throw at some of these Cryptors. So we might be able to finish it here. It is crumbling, which is really, really good, despite the different healing. And our units are immune to Psychology in the front, but we don't have too much left. A lot of them are shaken, and you know, it's a pretty scary situation to say the least. So the Blood Knights and other guys, yeah, the build isn't working. The Manticores didn't perform. I think we needed more infantry. So very, very well played to my buddy. I know you're hanging in the stream, so good stuff, man. Good stuff. So yeah, we do have the, oh, and I also forget about that. Oh, I thought that was a Necromancer for a second, but yeah, we don't have like too much left. So let's see if we can like pull up and around here, and we need to take off this skirmish mode. Sometimes it like screws up the pathing a little bit. So Archaon's still fighting. You know, he's doing his best in here, but you know, he is somewhat surrounded by, you know, a lot of enemy troops. So let's go ahead and get these Hounds back here, see if we can use them in a defensive manner, and you know, try and take that thing out. It's probably too late at this point, but we did get some good focus fire. Oh shit! I did forget my Forsaken. Oh no! That whole battle. Oh, that's a deep burn. So yes, I did forget the Forsaken, guys. That is devastating. That's real rough. So yeah, so let's get these Master Marauder Horsemen back. Archaon's still continuing to put up a pretty good fight. I mean, he is the Lord of the End Time. So, God, we forgot those guys. That's terrible. Ugh. The deep burn, guys. It is a deep burn. But it's okay, guys. We still put up a pretty good fight despite that. It was a good build from the Vampire Counts. It was like a good, solid competitive build, and we were able to do some okay work. So let's get these Forsaken in here to mash up on these skeletons. See if we can form like some sort of a battle line. But honestly, with like Archaon kind of like trapped here, I don't see us being able to do too much. So these guys, these Blood Knights are coming back in. So let's see if we can like jump them. No, we route at that point. So we forgot. I know. We forgot about the Forsaken, guys. Look at him. Look at him back here, just all sad. Yeah, GG, man. GG. I know. That was a huge mistake, losing those guys. That was really bad. Well, not using them, because that would have really helped us like get around the flank and apply some pressure. And having that group of Forsaken fighting against the Cryptors would have been really, really good. So I know. We forgot him, boys, but you know what? You live and you learn. Oh, he didn't stream snipe me. He didn't stream snipe me at all. No, like he was playing fairly, I think, for sure. But yeah. So not using those Forsaken was really bad. They literally got Forsaken, like left in the pits. They were left in the pits, guys. But yeah, I feel like Archaon did a good job like keeping my main line fighting. I still don't know if he's like the more competitive pick, like as opposed to like a Kolek or someone like that who can really like kind of push around and do more damage. But it's tough to say. It's really tough to say. But yes, we're streaming on YouTube to answer your question, All Games. Okay, so we're facing against King Jubilee. I've actually played against this guy. I think he's pretty darn good, if I'm not mistaken. So, what do we want to play as? So let's hopefully not forget our infantry this time. So he's playing the Wood Elves, and do I want to play? Oh, this is a little bit tricky. So let's actually play New Bretonia. This could be an interesting matchup, right? Or do we want to play the Dwarves? I probably don't want to play the Dwarves. Exploit some peasants. I like it. I like the sound of that. So we're going to get King Lewin, actually. I don't know if he's like the best pick, but you know, he's real fun. So we're going to go ahead and try him. We'll get rid of these abilities and the lines. Although that gives him what? Missile resist? I don't know if that's worth it though, because again, he's already so expensive. So on top of that, I think battle programs are going to be a very, very good choice. We're going to get 2 Foot Squires. We're going to get a Grail Reliquae. And yeah, well played to whoever was playing there. I can't believe I forgot those freaking Forsaken. That makes me so depressed. So let's also get these Pegasus Knights, who I think are going to be really good. And I really want to shut down the air and just give us like full range there. So on top of that, let's go ahead and get a group of Knights of the Realm just to kind of like defend our back line. And man, our army is pretty thin right now. It's making me a little bit uncomfortable. So let's see. Yeah, and 2 Royal Pegasus Knights is a really, really big investment, guys. It's really, really big. So I think maybe that's probably enough to contest this, guys. I think 2 is a little bit of overkill. So we're going to get the Lore of Life, which again is pretty good, especially with like Royal Pegasus Knights and expensive units that you really need to like keep topped off. So let's do that. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's time for New Bretonia, boys. It's time. So we're going to get him, and probably don't need to be on a unicorn, honestly. We can probably just be on a cheaper mount. So do I want to get some Cav, though? Because again, they have like a ton of really cost-effective spears. So we'll get some of these, and let's also get some men-at-arms with shields just in the front line. Let's go like wide and see if we can get away with like a wider army. So on top of that, I think Knights of the Realm will be a pretty decent pick, good for pressuring my opponent. And yeah, it's a very infantry-centric army. Like I don't have any like too many missiles to play with, so he's probably going to use like Prey of Anathrama on my row of Pegasus Knights and do some good work in that respect. So pretty eager to see how that goes. What I probably need to do is cut a group of these and get some men-at-arms and polearms just to like help deal with like tree cannon and things like that. So let's go ahead and just chevron these guys up, and yeah, let's see if this build works. Royal Hippogriff Knights are not very good. They're really not that good. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading your guys' questions there. But yes, Royal Hippogriff Knights are really bad. They're just not great. They don't perform terribly well. I know, yeah, I should have brought fire arrows too. Like, I was just kind of like messing around with a different build, trying things out. Now's the time to experiment, guys, I'm telling you. So the time for half measures is over. Yeah, trebuchets are okay. I think bringing like 1 or 2 might have been an okay pick, like to work down the Wood Elf missiles. They're very inaccurate though. I'm going with like a very heavy, like kind of battle pilgrims, and the men-at-arms are actually okay against Wood Elf infantry. They have decent combat stats for how darn cheap they are, and they do have shields as well. So I've never been to the UK, to answer your question. So yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try our best here, guys. But Prey of Anathrama is really good. Do they start off with the Prey of Anathrama? Do they? I can't remember if it's like one of those things that starts off on cooldown and then it like starts ticking. But yeah, I can't remember. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Man, it is raining so hard outside. I live in Northern California, to answer your question there. A bit of Christian Bale. I'll give you guys a pretty fun tidbit. So you guys say I look like... My dad, my father is actually a television actor. Believe it or not. So anyone who can creep hard enough can probably find out. So cool. So let's go ahead and get these guys like so. We're going to get these guys like in the secondary line. And then the Foot Squires, like, they'll be okay against Treekin because at least they do have armor piercing, so they can get in on some of that armor. So we're going to put these guys like that. And then we're just going to put the Grail Reliquae like right in the middle here of all these guys, which will hopefully keep them fighting for some time, and then put the halberds in the back. So good. So we got a pretty cool little army here. I'm pretty excited. It's very different than how I normally play these guys. So we'll put the Damsel with the Lore of Life right here. We have a Flying Goon Squad, and then we also have some Knights of the Realm who are pretty decent against Wood Elves. So cool. Let's get it rolling, boys. Yep, it's time. This map, yeah, it's kind of a Skyrim. Troll Country is actually one of my favorite maps. I really like it. I've never really used these guys before, but they do have 34 melee defense, which for how cheap they are, and plus the Grail Reliquae puts them up over 60 leadership, which is pretty good. So assuming you can keep it online, but man, Grail Reliquae is such a cool unit. New Bretonnia really was done justice. Like they're a very cool faction now. I really like them quite a bit. What's the challenge that's been accepted? Hopefully Lewin does his thing. He does have regeneration, which is really nice, so I can like use my healing elsewhere, assuming I don't get him like cheesed out. Because what I need to be really conservative about is not letting him get like Prey of Anathrama and then just like focus down by like 6 missile units. My dad is Daniel Tosh. Daniel Tosh is like, isn't he close to my age? I think he is. And honestly, I don't really even like use Lance Formation that much. But yeah, Knights of the Realm, I don't use them terribly often, but with their anti-large bonus, what is it, +10? So that's pretty good. So they have like close to 50 weapon strength when they're hitting large targets. So pretty good. Pretty good, guys. Hopefully my opponent isn't getting too fancy. Man, he's got some crazy stuff. So he's got Treekin, and he's got Eternal Guards and some War Dancers. So we should be okay. Battle Pilgrims will fare okay. And he does have a Glade Lord with the Prey of Anathrama, of course. And we're going to get our Wild Riders, or not our Wild Riders, our Cav running over there. What we ideally want to do is, I think he has more of a Death Stars type build, although a lot of those Wood Elf missile troops do have stock, so he probably has like some Deepwood Scouts or something. So we're just going to be really patient, like keep our flying force in the back, and probably split them in two and like go after his Flying Lord. Because if we can just like chase his Lord the whole time, it's going to be very, very stressful for my opponent. So we're going to run up into the woods here, just kind of keep advancing our main force, and hopefully we don't get just wrecked here. We might, because again, I haven't really tested this build out, so I don't know how it's going to fare, but hopefully well. So he does have Eternal Guards. He's got Treekin, which will be the hardest things to get through. I thankfully did bring like one group of men-at-arms with polearms here. So is the bald guy from Brazzers. Oh, Anna, you know who my father is. So yeah. So we're going to keep going here, guys. It looks like he's just advancing his Treekin and some of these other units. Looks like he's keeping the Azurai Spears in auxiliary. I would like to see what his like missile presence is, because again, that's going to be very important for like dictating like when and where I want to engage. Because he's just going to use Prey of Anathrama and snare me down, and you know it's going to be pretty tough. So we might actually use these guys in the front. So let's actually run them up like closer and see if we can like bait out some missile fire. I think that's going to be pretty important here. But my troops are going to fight tooth and nail with that the Grail Reliquae. King Lewin, of course, is just an absolute beast. So wherever I can get him like kind of doing his thing. So let's actually just pull back here. I'm going to run in and see if like any missiles start firing at me, like if he accidentally has them on fire at will. And there we go. So the plot thickens. So he does have some Deepwood Scouts over here. So the Deepwood Scouts will do some good work, and you can see, look at that firing line. So that's partially why I wanted to do a little bit of scouting first. So we're going to get these guys engaged right here. We're going to put her here, get these guys here. And let's also get the polearms like up the middle here. In the Battle Pilgrims, we can get one group running over here, these guys going here, and we need to get the Foot Squires. Very, very important to get the Foot Squires engaged on the trees, because again, that's like some of my only armor piercing. So good. So the Grail Reliquae, it's really important to like keep it right here, make sure it kind of stays online. So we're going to get the Knights of the Realm and go up. Actually, let's go ahead and engage the Knights of the Realm like over on the side over here and see if we can like sneak some troops around. So good, because again, we do have a ton of troops, so it's going to be very, very important. It looks like we're taking some good focus fire here, so we're going to go ahead and use these abilities. And he is going to use the Prey of Anathrama, so right now we're just going to kind of pull back a little bit over here. We're going to get these Battle Pilgrims going like yonder. And let's start chasing his Lord around, just make him a little bit uncomfortable. And King Lewin, maybe we use him in the front, I'm thinking. The Knights of the Realm, we want to get them like square on some trees. That's going to be really, really good stuff. So yeah, maybe we pull these Foot Squires, although the Foot Squires seem to be doing well. So he uses the Prey of Anathrama, and he gets a pretty good little engagement here. So what we want to do right now is use Regrowth on our Royal Pegasus Knights, because they're taking a ton of fire, but we want to, oh, that's actually really bad. So it's going much worse than I thought it would. So he did kind of tie up King Lewin, but we do get the Regrowth here. So let's actually like kite back and see if we can like save some of them, at least their models. And let's get these kind of Knights of the Realm kind of pushing in here. So I think our infantry line's going pretty well. We actually do kind of save them with that regrowth. So, you know, decent situation for us, and it kind of does buy King Lewin some time. So King Lewin and the boys, we're going to kind of pull over here. We're going to get those Royal Knights over there, and hopefully we can collapse some of his infantry line. That's going to be really important. So Lewin, again, is taking the brunt of that focus fire, so we're going to just kind of run back here. He has a very, very strong missile line, to say the least. But on the flanks, it looks like a lot of our infantry are starting to collapse his stuff, which is good. Let's go ahead and make sure to use the Arcane Conduit. And the Knights of the Realm did, you know, push in here and are fighting large targets. So let's actually see if we can like force path them through, and he's very on top of like focusing those guys. So let's pull King Lewin in here, and the Knights of the Realm do squeeze through and get on some of those missiles, which is great. So good situation so far. We're going to get King Lewin down here and see if he can like focus some of these you know, units. Let's use the Sword of Corone, have him help out against these tree cannon, just like have him help us like crack this line here. So we're just going to push any troops we can through. Our Knights of the Realm are going to kind of get sandwiched by spears right now, which is a little bit tough. So let's kind of keep cycle charging them. He may try and focus my Lord, and it looks like he actually is going to engage me here. So he does dive his big scary dragon, but thankfully, guys, it's time for like a big heal right here, which is going to be really nice. So we might be able to turn and do some serious work against this guy. So good. The Knights of the Realm are kind of disrupting his missile line here. We do get our Royal Pegasus Knights back, so let's go ahead and fly them, have them go after his Lord. But man, we're not doing too much damage with Lewin, although he finally does make some good contact there. So good. We do have some infantry and some knights kind of in the back line. These Foot Squires are doing a good job. Yeah, pretty wild, like all over the place. But maybe we can go in and snipe that healer at this point. I think that would be pretty good. So let's go ahead and get Lewin out the back. Man, just it's so hard to tell what's going on. But honestly, I feel like my infantry line is outclassing his, although we are collapsing on some areas of the battlefield. So yeah, so he does get a pretty big heal off, and it looks like some of his missiles are in okay shape. So let's go ahead and jump in there and see if we can do our thing. Lewin did get prayed, but thankfully it was like far away from the main battle. So we're going to go ahead and pull these guys back. And again, my opponent does react to that, so we need to react, you know, just as quickly. So we do have like a bit of an inefficient bunch right here. So we're going to kind of pull some of these guys up and just kind of like keep pushing through to some of his missiles. I think that's going to be really, really important. So Pegasus Knight's doing a good job. King Lewin is prayed, but I think it's okay. Yeah, and some of our units on the sides are starting to like kind of chip away at my opponent. So let's kind of push these guys in here. Let's get these halberds kind of pushed up on these tree can and just kind of keep like trying to be as aggressive as we can. So we're going to pull these guys back here, and King Lewin is taking these, you know, missiles like a champ. So let's go ahead and get him on this guy, because my opponent's missile line was compromised a little bit. Let's go ahead and get these Knights of the Realm, get these guys engaged as well. Hopefully he doesn't disconnect. This is a really good fight, actually. It's pretty even. I would say I might have a slight advantage because my infantry line is like so strong. So we're going to get these guys around. We're going to get King Lewin going after this guy, and we're going to get the Royal Pegasus Knights coming back in as well. So yeah, so our infantry corps is doing pretty good. He does have a lot of auxiliary troops, which is a little bit tricky. So let's see if we can actually like focus this guy down. King Lewin's going to just go fisticuffs up in the air. we will have enough for a heal relatively shortly, which is pretty good. So we do have the Pegasus Knights coming in the flank, so hopefully we can win that battle. The Grail Reliquae in here doing its thing, so let's see if we can push these Foot Squires like through. No, we're not going to be able to get through, so we're just going to kind of keep trying to do it, but we do get a little sandwich there with some Pegasus Knights, which is nice. So they need to engage and start fighting here, trying to turn the tide of the battle, because he is pretty close to his healing cap. So good. So we have some Foot Squires coming in here. They should be able to kind of help shore things up. The Grail Reliquae, we need to make sure like it stays in the fight, but his Lord is taking a lot of damage. King Lewin still has regeneration, whereas like a lot of his don't. So let's get these guys kind of up and around like so. And yeah, those Royal Pegasus Knights, I'm telling you, like they're incredibly good. Even though like they struggled a little bit, you can see his Lord is taking huge damage. So what a great fight. I might actually have to like, cast this one separately. So we're going to go ahead and use the Earthblood here. Just kind of keep pushing through, doing our thing. Looks like, yeah, we're doing some good work against the Treekin. So yeah, just come on, finish off that Lord. That's going to be so nice. And that Grail Reliquae, we need to make sure it's a little bit closer. Over here, what a wild fight. So we do have some Knights. Let's go ahead and just put what's left of them in Lance formation and just kind of charge in here and have some fun. And yes, we're able to kill that Troll Lord. Ugh, those Lords are so hard to deal with. So the Royal Pegasus Knights are going to get in here. We're going to go in here, and what a great fight. And the Men-at-Arms just performing so well with that Grail Reliquae. Like this is probably one of the better fights we've had on the stream so far, just in terms of like being very close and pitched. But our front line is able to kind of collapse, and I think at this point it's going to be a mass rout. And man, we did it, guys. So great Brett cast. That was a good one. So very well played to King Jubilee. If you guys go and look at my last game, it's called Into the Forest Boys with the Greenskins. That was actually against King Jubilee, and he actually beat me in that game when I was playing Greenskins, which is one of my better factions. So yeah, well played. But the Foot Squires were great, or the Men-at-Arms with shields. Like they were just a good meat shield, and the Battle Pilgrims did well. The Foot Squires did well. And you see the regrowth on those Royal Pegasus Knights allowed them to survive and then bring them back to do some good work. So yeah, so we did it. We did it. So very, very well played to King Jubilee. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. So let me go ahead and just massage my elbows for a moment. Yeah, that was a great cast though. Well, not a cast. It was a great battle. I had a lot of fun with that. I really like New Bretonnia. Like they're such a fun faction. Armored Trolls. You see, the thing about playing with Chaos though, if someone picks Vampire accounts against you, like Vampire accounts stomp out Chaos. Like I don't think I've lost against the Chaos players Vampire accounts in like maybe 4 or 5 months. It's just such an uphill battle. Like you have to do everything perfect and just exponentially outplay your opponent. But we'll see who my opponent picks. So let's. Oh, and he picks Vampire. So we're probably going to play New Bretonnia again, actually, because I kind of want to test something out. So we're going to get... let's actually get King Lewin again. He was pretty gangster that game. So we're going to get King Lewin here. We're going to get rid of most of these kind of ward saves that aren't really terribly necessary, in my opinion. And on top of that, we're going to get Battle Pilgrims and mix them in with Foot Squires. Usually that's like a pretty solid front line, and they can hold up against most threats. So on top of that, we're going to get some Peasant Bowmen with Fire, and we're going to get Royal Pegasus Knights, like so. I'm really tempted to get 2 groups, but honestly, this is like enough to hold the sky and just like have your way. So for the flanks, we're actually going to get Men-at-Arms with Polearms to like help zone out, any of those, and we'll get some peasant mobs as well. So yeah, I'm feeling good about this build. So let's try it again. I live in Northern California, to answer your question. It's your chance for a night. I actually, on ladder the other day, tried a peasant mob build. I like got like all peasant mobs, Grail Reliquaes. I maxed them out in chevrons, and I just got run over. It was so bad. It was so bad. I know, Loki. I need to do some faction guides. It's just, I kind of like struggle with the structure of like how I want to do faction guides. Like, do I just sit in the menu and like click through the units and talk about them, or would you guys prefer if I like actually edit together a video and like show clips of them fighting? Like I'm a really bad editor, so that's like kind of been my apprehension. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be very eager to know what you guys would like to see. So we're gonna have a pretty scary little front line right here, and yeah, so we can kind of spread them out a little bit wide. We're gonna put the Grail Reliquae here. The peasants with the fire arrows, very, very good against vampires. So we're actually gonna put one over here and one over here, so we can't zombie summon on both of us. So good. So that's going to be our front line. We're going to put Men-at-Arms on the wings over here to help out, and we should be able to shut down any kind of Blood Knight shenanigans. Let's put one peasant mob back here to just eat the charge of any cav or mobile units, and these Foot Squires can kind of sit in the middle on cleanup duty. So good. So I'm liking this build so far. New Bretonnia honestly might be one of my new best factions, I think, like in a competitive sense. Like I feel comfortable going into every matchup with them, whereas like with Wood Elves, I don't feel comfortable against anything. I don't know. Yeah, so the Bretonnia hotfix was pretty do not play ranked. Try some troll builds or crazy builds. Dude, I don't care about my rank at all, though. Like, I really don't. Like, maybe if they fix the ladder system, and it looks like they're trying to, so that's good. Oh, dude, big mistake, brother. Big mistake. So honestly, like, I'm just going to sit here and kind of chill and let him come to me, but this is like, pretty backbreaking. Like, putting Manfred on a flying mount against New Bretonia, it's just asking for it. So basically right now we just kind of sit back and just hide over here and just go snipe him out. So feels a little bit dirty, but the rest of his army is pretty cool. He has like Crypt Ghouls and Crypt Horrors and then 2 Blood Knights, which we should be able to zone out. So these guys are going to catch Manfred. I mean, he's much slower than me. He has, what is it, 105 compared to 100. Oh, it's actually about the same speed. So we'll probably just keep the Royal Pegasus Knights on him. But yeah, King Lewin can chase him as well. So what's going to be nice is he's not going to be able to like come near my army. And if he stops to like cast anything, he's going to take some serious damage. So you can see my opponent kind of recognizes this and he's going to get in there. So let's go ahead and take off fire at will to make sure they don't like friendly fire my own guys. And he's probably going to summon some zombies on top of my troops, which I'm totally fine with right now. But yeah, you can see he gets a little bit of a rear charge going there. And the second he stops, yeah, he's actually landing, which is that's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that works out for you. So we're going to charge in there and just get on him with all the boys. And yeah, he's probably going to die in a few seconds, to be honest. Well, no, he has Invocation of Nehek, right? But it's not like Isabella von Karsine, who's very, very tanky. So we're going to start shooting at the Cryptors with the Flames, which are going to be quite good. Let's go ahead and just get ready to fight. And yeah, so Manfred's having a bad time, guys. He's having a pretty bad time in there. King Lewin is just an absolute monster. So my opponent does engage here with some of these guys. The Blood Knights, definitely, I would say it's a pretty smart play. He's just trying to like make sure that he's able to like, maybe potentially save his lord. So we're going to pull these halberds into the main fight, and he's actually able to get away with Manfred, which is very impressive. So maybe he'll be able to salvage this situation. So let's actually pull these troops out. We get up in the air and let's jump back on Manfred with our dudes and just kind of re-engage. He does get some zombie summon in the back line, but we're getting some great fire on some of these Cryptors. You can see they're already like having serious leadership issues. So let's get these guys going here. Just kind of keep chasing Papa Manfred, and he does re-land, which is pretty smart. He's definitely got the moves like Jagger. So we're just going to keep chasing him. These guys are fending off the skeletons. Our flame arrows are doing a great job against the Cryptors. So let's go ahead and switch them on here. Just get ready to charge. And yeah, we can send the peasants to kind of help out over there as well. So Manfred's about to die. Very good micro for my opponent, though. Like I don't know if he like intended to bring him on a flying mount or if it was a mistake, but it's like very, very tough to come back from. So right now we're just going to get like up and behind my opponent, and yeah, looks like that's it. So I mean, it's very easy to make that as a mistake, guys. It's very, very easy. So yeah, that was rough. That was very rough, guys. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. Be very, very swift. Yeah, Lady Turin's taking a break. I'll be back in like literally 30 seconds. So cheers, guys. Cheers. All right, guys, we're back in action. Oh man, what are the demands that are being had here now? People want more black coaches. Okay. Mods are asleep. Post your real opinions. All right, guys, I have something fun for you. So we're facing off against Exploding Hamster. Okay. We are going to play. Who do we want to play? Let's pick the Empire. Okay, so we're going to delete this army. He's going to play the Greenskins, guys, and I'm going to auto-generate my army. So this is my army. This is what I get to play with. All right. Wish me luck. Oh, God. Oh, no. Guys, look at this army. I have a Sunmaker. Is that a Sunmaker or just a chevron unit? This guy's just going to think I'm like the Derp King. I did wash my hands. I washed the hell out of my hands. I'm actually a germaphobe. I'm pretty quick. So, and yeah, Lady Turin and I probably aren't going to have kids. We're probably just going to have a horde of animals. We're going to have like 8 cats and like 6 dogs and a goat. You guys asked for it, all right? I'm obliging. This, this army's so bad. Oh, are those grenade launchers? Oh my god. The Chevron unit. I don't get to choose, guys. This is in the hands of the gods right here. So at least I have a witch hunter. I have no lores of magic, mind you. These guys are just gonna think. He's just gonna think I'm like the derp king. I like this new format though, guys. That army is dirty. Killers, you're correct, dude. Yeah, the Hellfire. I hope it's not the Sunmaker though. I don't think so. And it is open field, so okay. I'm gonna give my opponent a warning. Here, let's go ahead and type to him. Oh, I accidentally minimized. Hopefully my game didn't crash in a second. Yeah, I got 3 infantry. It's gonna be rough. Prepare to face the wrath of random generated army. There you go. We'll put the fear in him right away. You know, I feel like that's pretty important. Letting him know what's up. Yeah, I think it's just chevrons. It's not the Sunmaker, so I do have some crossbows. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, guys. It's gonna be a good time. You know, I think I should just... Would you guys like to see a series on my channel where I just play random generated battles on ladder? Doesn't somebody already do that, like another YouTuber? Oh, but I think the other YouTuber who does it, he doesn't do it in ranked. I think he just does it in custom games, right? I could have sworn I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, this is a ragtag resistance. The soldiers of Altdorf. Well, I got flagellants. Are those the Tattersouls? All right, that's kind of nice. So I got, look at that. I got some anti-large. I got some of this. Oh. Yeah, so I typed to him, prepare to face the wrath of the random generated army. So he probably knows. So the Hellblaster volley gun, we can kind of, where do we want to sit that? I feel like the arc is one of like weird on those things, right? So we'll put it over here, and then this guy can kind of, we need to like split our army up to really like mess my opponent up, I'm thinking. So these guys are going to be kind of with the main force right here. Volkmar the Grim, obviously an infantry commander. Is he on a mount? Oh yeah, I got him on a mount. Okay, that's good. The Witch Hunter, we probably want to like have on guard duty back here. And you know what? We probably want halberds like over here as well, right? And just have this be like our main force right here to kind of advance with. So we're gonna have to like use some advanced tactics here. And oh my god, are these actually grenade launchers? Ugh, that's gross. That's so gross. I'm really happy I got some Reiksguard though. I feel like that's a pretty nice gift from the gods there. Cool. So we got the Reiksguard back here. We have this going on. So, oh man, this is just such an incredibly haggard army. Yeah, maybe I would. I don't know. Grenade launchers are just always terrible. And why do grenades not have armor AP? Like they have like what? Look, what is that? 2 armor piercing? They're shooting grenades. Grenades should pierce armor, guys. I mean, look at those things. Those things are like cannons. Yeah, so we're trying. Oh, he did type. Oh my god, the humanity. Oh man, this guy's hyped for this. I haven't seen Bart Fitzgerald in a while. Yeah, he's a true homie. He was one of the first guys to play team games with me. Is he in here somewhere? All right, so what's going on over here? So, okay, so we got a little bit of this. Let's get our Reiksguard. Oh god, oh god. Oh god. Oh, or these are actually the Meiji Marauders. So, okay, so we can pull the Reiksguard over. So let's go ahead and get this, yeah. Oh, it looks like there's lag. No, don't disconnect. Come on. There's so much hype for this game. You guys ready for this? It's grenade launchers versus Meiji Marauders. Come on, get in there. Nade them, boys. And the Sunmaker has, or not the Sunmaker, our battery has. We're actually gonna take off, have it cease fire for a moment. Yeah, it looks like our grenades just can't do anything there. So the crossbowmen can kind of just come and get ready to zone. We're gonna take the grenade launchers to the front line and start like shooting at some big uns. Oh man, I just don't even know. But yeah, we do have the crossbows here who should be able to kind of zone those guys out. So we're going to keep the Reiksguard between. We're going to get these guys over here and start doing some... Oh no, man, he just has like all these cav, all these units that I just can't do anything about. Okay, so let's see if we can get a fire... Oh no, they went back to being hidden. So his Meiji Marauders are just kind of trolling about in the back line here. So we'll put the Reiksguard kind of over here, get these guys right here. And man, we just don't have that many infantry. That's what's stressing me out right now. So yeah, let's see if we can get a little something on the front. So we're gonna take some pot shots here. We do. He is about to come in range. So right now we can start shooting at the black orcs with that, which is gonna be pretty solid, I would say. So we're gonna start shooting. We got some grenade launcher fire going off on these guys. Oh, that's actually not doing bad, right? So we make some contact here. I can't complain. A little bit of skirmish damage going on. But oh my goodness, look how big that black orc army is, guys. This is stressing me out. So we do have this Hellstorm rocket battery. So we want it to be shooting at black orcs. That's going to be very, very important here. So this witch hunter, he can go ahead and start shooting as well. Let's get these guys shooting here and just trying to, you know, fight wherever we can. So the Magi Marauders coming in for a little bit of a skirmish in the back line. So we're going to get those Reichsguard engaged there. Start shooting it to Warlords boys here. Start shooting here, and oh god. Okay, so let's get this main army advanced, guys. And just try and hold the line if we can. So we're going to start shooting over here after some of these guys. Get these guys shooting here. Get these halberds over here. And, oh my goodness. So hopefully we can just like crush these forces really quickly here. And the Reichsguard are able to do a little bit of decent damage. So we're going to pull them back. Just keep this this thing shooting, whatever it is. And the Witch Hunter might actually be able to use a little bit of accusation on his Night Goblin Warboss right there and just start poking him down. So we're getting some decent little firing action going on here. So let's go ahead and shoot here. Yeah, we're about to get ganked so hard over here. So the Reichsguard need to come and help over here, like ASAP. So we get some good damage off, but yeah, this is going to be a rough one, guys. But in the front, Volkmar and the boys are doing pretty good. So over here, he does get a good charge. Yeah, not much we can do about it. Our grenade launchers are just pieces of shit. So we're going to go over here, see if we can stop some of these orc boars. Getting a little bit of damage. So the accusation didn't go off for some reason, so let's go ahead and do that. We do get the accusation off. We're getting some good damage in the front, I would say. Volkmar and the boys are putting up a good fight. Our handgunners are able to kind of get their bearings again. And the Reichsguard and these crossbowmen are able to be salvaged. So let's kind of turn these guys here. We'll get these guys firing right here. And, oh, actually, no. These Magi Marauders are just asking for it. So good. So let's get these guys engaged here. And Volkmar and the boys in the front. We're actually putting up a decent fight, I would say. Like, it's not as bad as it could be, right? Yeah, but this is going to be a bad day at Blackrock. So we need to do a little bit of crossfire here to try and take out these orc boars. Come on, shoot! 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 What are you doing? Oh, guys, we got the grenade launchers back. It's over for our opponent now. So Volkmar and the boys, they were able to crush a little bit in that front line. So I'm definitely not upset about that. So let's get him on that Night Goblin Shaman. He's able to just run us over with the boars. And the lack of infantry is a little bit tough. So let's go ahead and start kiting a little bit. And this Witch Hunter is just such a piece of junk. Oh, my God. Let's go ahead and use let's use Slippery. So we're getting nice and slippery. Let's start kind of shooting over here into this blob. The Reichsguard are able to win, which is nice. But, I mean, a very atrocious kind of cost-ineffective trade for us. So let's kind of pull them down here, have them start shooting. And we do get the grenade launchers back online as well. So let's start shooting over here. Let's check on Volkmar. He's in pretty good shape. He's actually taken out that Night Goblin Shaman, which is good. Or is he actually surrounded here a little bit? I think he might be. So let's try and get him out. That Witch Hunter, yeah, let's definitely run the Witch Hunter away. Oh, and we're actually doing pretty good against that Night Goblin, hero over there. So we do have this grenade launcher back online. Yeah, and they're doing some okay work. Like, I'm not disappointed. Our greatswords did get routed, and Volkmar and the boys are trying. So let's go ahead and use this sweet bombardment ability and see if we can kind of do a little bit of business on these guys. Let's turn and shoot here and have him shoot with his missile, and we get a nice little bombardment. So it's good. Yeah, but look at his lord had to run away, actually. So we'll get these crossbows up and away. Let's go ahead and get a grenade launcher kind of volley on these guys. And the Reichsguard are back in action. So let's see if we can... Man, it sucks that we were losing that guy over there, but I feel like we put up a pretty good fight, right? Like, it wasn't terrible, considering that I've gotten much better random generated armies. So Volkmar, does he have the Jade Griffin? I should have checked. So he doesn't have self-healing. So pretty unfortunate there. But yeah, we're just kind of capping this Black Orc right now. Let's go ahead and ride around to the Rusty Errors. In our front line, the grenade launchers, they have 21 kills, not too shabby, right? So let's go ahead and shoot at these big ones. Actually, we need to just start kiting, like, ASAP. And, oh, we do have another accusation, guys. So let's go ahead and use that to finish off this Night Goblin Shaman. We're going to get our Lord in here and have him start fighting. We get that accusation. So let's see if we can have our Witch Hunter go over there and, like, snipe him real quick. So what do we have over here? So we have some... Are these crossbows? I think they're crossbows. And the Empire is probably the most... Yeah, Empire was, like... I think, like, some other factions would be much more generous, like Greenskins, like random. But that's what made it fun. That's what made it fun. He said it was brave. GG to my opponent. We did okay, guys. We did okay. Oh, where are these guys? Oh, they're just kind of chilling in the middle here. So, yeah, we did some good damage. I mean, look, his army's pretty tattered, right? Wasn't a complete horrible situation. All right, guys, we get a cinematic shot here. You ready for this? Oh yeah, get in there. I would say the big defeating factors for us were the Sunmaker or the Hellstorm rocket battery. Like those were just terrible, and the volley gun. So, accusations flying everywhere. Yeah. So we're getting in there. We're doing our thing. We're having fun. These guys doing a pretty good job, but, you know, again, the Flagellants, they tried their hardest. 106 kills. You can't knock them for that. So, GG, man. GG. That was really fun. Yeah, maybe, you know what, I'll cast that as the first kind of a random army game. I feel like that's a pretty fun thing to do, right? I think I should get like a random army ladder. I think what I should get is like a mulligan. So like I can do a random army, but I get like a do-over. So I can re-roll it like once. I think that's fair, right, guys? Yeah, I had like 3 infantry. I had like a greatsword, a halberd, and the Tattersouls. Where's Gimli? Gimli isn't here for your subscription? Yeah, he gave me a really terrible army there. That army was just a complete piece of shit. But it's okay. It's okay. We're trying our best, guys. Okay, so we're facing Exploding Hamster again, and we're gonna... Oh, he actually dodged. So maybe he knows. Maybe he knows we're doing a random army. Okay, hold on. So guys, I'm gonna change my Steam name so people don't dodge. Hold on. Yes! Let's go ahead and change that. Okay, good. And cool. So we're good. I should get one. No rerolls? Okay. I hear you on that. So I just changed my Steam name to definitely not Turin. So we'll see how that goes. It's been a pretty wild stream today, guys. We had some success in the beginning. Faltered a little bit with chaos. We had a disconnect, but you know what, guys? We're pushing through it all, and we're having a good time. That's the key here. So yeah. Hope you guys have been having fun. I just saw Gimli pop up. I heard it. So we're facing Tom. What's going on, Tom? So he's playing Bretonnia. I'm gonna play Chaos. This is a really fun matchup. It's really, really fun. Although, do we want to play like Dwarves or something? I don't know. What do we want to play, guys? Choices. Or maybe the lads? No. I'm going to play a real army this game. I can't do the random thing like every game, you know? Yeah, it should be not Turin. So we're going to get Kolek. We probably don't want to get the Star Crusher. It's okay. It's usually not worth bringing, in my opinion. So we're going to get some of these armor-piercing troops here. We're going to get 2 Chaos Warriors, I think. We'll cut here. We're going to get 2 Aspiring Champs. And on top of that, we're going to get 2 Forsaken. So a very like infantry-centric army, I feel, is going to be pretty good. We're going to get a Shaggoth. And on top of that, we're going to get some Dragon Ogres. And we probably want to cut one of these Forsaken, I think, and get some Poison Warhounds and then some regular hounds. I feel like this... Oh, but we don't have a caster of any sort. That's the problem. Okay, I was wondering what was missing. So we'll cut one of these, which will allow us to probably afford a caster. We're going to get Lord of Shadows. We'll put him on a horse, and then we're going to strip down his kit a little bit, get Pit of Shades, and just kind of those standard abilities, which does open us up for another set of hounds if we'd like, which I think will be really, really important here. So, yeah, let's get another group of hounds. Actually, we can just get some more Marauders. I think that's going to be okay. We need a little bit more density in our front line. So good. I feel like we're ready to go. Let's have some fun. Wait, what do you guys want? Yeah, Beastmen versus Vampires is hard. Vampires, there's a few factions that can do well against Vampires. Oh, you want some Armored Trolls? Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can do some Armored Trolls. So, let's see. But I already kind of have a little something going on here. But who could I cut? My army's already, like, pretty thin, guys. Forsaken are good. We got our front line. This is what's, like, really expensive here. So let's cut the Dragon Ogres, and what we'll do is we'll just get some, like, Chaos Knights. We'll get the ones with lances. They're pretty cool looking. So that opens up, actually... If we get these, that actually saves us a little bit more money, so we can get like a second group of Forsaken. So, cool. So, no trolls this game, because Bretonnia has missiles and a bunch of anti-large, so we do have the Mind Razor, I think, right? Let's check. Do I have it? Yeah, I have Mind Razor and Pit of Shades, guys. Yeah, so we're good. Yeah, and also, yeah, you make a very good point, Moltar, is that the Smoke and Mirrors effect from the Lord of Shadows is really good. It helps. Wait, what's going on? So, Chaos in chat. Oh man, things are getting out of control in chat today, guys. Is Anna giving me trouble? Lady Turin, am I in the doghouse now? What have I done wrong? Have I forsaken you guys like I forsaked those Forsaken in that match earlier? Yeah, trolls are they're very niche. I know, I do need some posters. Dude, I was so bummed. I ordered a poster. Let me show you guys. Like, I saw that and I ordered a poster, and it's like it was advertised as much bigger than it was, and it's like literally like an 8.5 by 11. But when I live with Lady Turin during the summer, and we have our little kind of cabin in the woods where I stream, we're gonna definitely have some more decoratives in the background. I'm sure it'll be excellent. So we're gonna have our front line kind of mix and matched, which should be a-okay. So just like this, that should be good. Then we're gonna put the Aspiring Champions behind the Marauders, because again, the Chaos Warriors will hold pretty well for quite some time. But, you know, the Marauders need a little bit of support. So that's why I usually engage the Aspiring Champions with them. So for our mobile force, it's going to be pretty darn scary, guys, like, to say the least. I mean, look at this. Look at this squad we have here. They're ready for business. So this guy can kind of sit with the main army, I think. Or, you know, he should probably honestly be in the group too. But, man, there's so many units here. It's kind of clunky. Yeah, I kind of regret bringing this much, like, mobile. Because if he just has, like, an infantry Death Star with, like, halberds, we're going to be in some trouble, so. Oh, you did? You did. Oh, a cockfight? Is that what you want? Yeah, we'll do a subscriber cockfight next. That'll be good. That will be good, guys. That will be good. Great, man. Glad you found out that who my pops is. Just keep it on the DL. I mean, you can tell people. I really don't care, to be honest. So, you guys are family, man. You know, we've become a great family. You got to be up in 3 hours. That's brutal, man. You're a trooper, Milo. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. So yeah, very well played to all my opponents today. It's been some good battles, but this build I think works pretty well against New Bretonnia. Like, the Chaos Knights trade pretty well with, you know, most of the Bretonnian Knights with 50 melee defense. It's pretty incredible. They're kind of like Mounted Chosen in some ways. So a ton of flying units and Royal Pegasus Knights. So basically what we need to do is just kind of sit, and we'll just use our cav, honestly, to fight in the infantry battle. And if he lands, you know, we can turn and fight. He's probably going to try and snipe out Kolek, so we really need to punish any dives that my opponent decides to do. That's going to be the most important thing, but you can see he's playing like a very blob style. Like, he has a very, very, like, tight army here, to say the least. So Pit of Shades is going to be pretty devastating. So I wonder if he's going to, like, just go straight for it and, like, fly in there and try and dive Kolek. I don't think so. We have a lot of scary threats here. We have a Shaggoth, we have 2 Shaggoths, we have Poison Hounds, we have Chaos Knights, we have Lord of Shadows with the Mind Razor, so he's going to need to be very, very careful here. So as for his army, he has Foot Squires mostly, so we should be able to trade somewhat evenly there. So he may try and, like, clip my wings too, which it would be fine. So let's go ahead and just posture here. So we're just going to wait and see what these Royal Pegasus Knights do and just kind of, you know, adjust accordingly. So good. So he might try and snipe my caster. He might try and snipe Kolek. You know, there's a bunch of good options there. So let's get these Forsaken kind of running up and around the flanks. He may even go after a group of Forsaken, which if he does, I'm fine, because the Hounds will be able to react pretty quickly. So good. So let's get those charges right now. He may be focusing on other things, so we're going to kind of charge in there. And yeah, just kind of wait and see who he goes after. So my Lord of Shadows Sorcerer looks like he is going in pretty hot here. Oh my goodness. So he's going in hard here, guys. Look at that. That was like a straight up possum. So he actually goes in and I just get cheesed out. Oh my goodness. So, you know, I guess well played. Yeah, I didn't think he would be able to kill him that fast. So we're going to collapse on the back of these guys and hopefully the fight's not over. But we do get a little bit of a decent engagement here. We're able to jump on some of these guys. Did you guys see that? Oh my God, that was brutal. So yeah, we totally failed that for sure. So hopefully we can collapse the rest of his army. We used an overcasted kind of a deal here, and he is kind of chasing a little bit, but hopefully we can at least kill a paladin and retaliate. Oh, that was brutal. That was just straight up brutality, guys. So he might just try and snipe out my casters right now. So definitely taking advantage of that kind of mechanic where he can, you know, go ham there. So it looks like he's going after my caster now, or at least the Shaggoth. So we're at least able to kill a paladin. We're doing some okay damage, and I think the infantry fight's going in our favor, but man, the back line is just going incredibly terrible. So we're going to get our caster out and try and just survive. I know, did you guys see that burst damage? I've never actually seen anyone be that effective, but look at the work we're doing. We're like actually killing the Pegasus Knights somewhat effectively, but the fact that we lost our Lord in the beginning was really, really bad. So we're going to go ahead and use the Pit of Shades right here. And if we can maybe like win the infantry battle, that might be good. We might be able to like salvage this situation a little bit. So we use the Pit of Shades here, which is going to be solid. So man, that was a brutal cheesing. Yeah. I don't know if I would call that cheese. I mean, maybe I didn't think it would do that much damage. Like I thought he would be okay, but man, yeah, the infantry battle, we actually won it, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point because he's just going to start like rear charging us, and with our leadership gone, it's pretty much over. So yeah, well played. Like it was my fault. I was just, you know, I didn't give him enough credit. Like I thought that because the infantry battle, we were actually winning that. So if we had been able to like fight better in the back line, I think we could have been okay. We're able to break some of the guys over here. Our troops are collapsing down. So yeah, it could have gone better for sure. Yeah, I should have gotten. Yeah, Kolek, he's usually good though. He's usually good. I can't like knock that. I mean, just that was a ton of damage, and I was not expecting that, guys. Like I really wasn't. So Let's see if we can like reform some ranks here. We are getting good rear charges across the board, and our sorcerer is running away. We did some good damage to like the Pegasus Knights and stuff, so if we can like get back in and, you know, do a little something, we might be able to salvage this game. It's gonna be tough. So let's get these Chaos Knights fighting in here on this Grail Reliquary. Just keep these troops kind of pushing down, and just keep our sorcerer like running away. Like it's gonna be really important to kind of get that back in action. So let's get this Shaggoth over here. Hopefully we don't like start suffering army losses. That's like my big concern here. So a lot of the Bretonnian infantry have been crushed and kind of sandwiched, but without the leadership, I don't think there's any chance of us winning this. Yeah, you guys can see a mass rout. So I think the build works, but just the snipe, like, man, that was incredible damage. I know, I've never had anyone do it that aggressively to me, though. So he literally just sat and waited. So that was brutal. Yeah, GG, Tom. GG, man, it worked. I got to play one more after that. The cockfight will wait. That was just too quick. Yeah, the Kolek didn't even get the courtesy of a reach around there. Yeah, it's a little cheesy, but I mean, that's my fault. I let that happen. You know, there's ways to prevent that. Like, yeah, so that was just all bad. But I didn't think you would take that kind of a burst. So, man, brutal. Just brutality, guys. Brutality. Okay, so we're playing against Anhiro. How do I defend that? So I should have had Kolek like dead in the center, and I should have split the troops around him. And then when he dove, he at least would have been trapped more, because he was able to escape as soon as he killed Kolek, which was really bad. There needed to be like, yeah, Pit of Shades doesn't snare cavalry though. So yeah, let's see. Who do we want to play against New Bretonnia here? Oh, I got a pick already. So okay, let's just play the Dawi. So we're gonna go ahead and get Thorgrim Grudgebearer. We're gonna get the Book of Grudges. Get rid of these. We're gonna get the Runesmiths, who are very, very good. And yeah, the Dawi are hard people to cheese too, so we should be okay here. So we're going to get rid of these, just keep the Rune of Wrath and Ruin on these units, which should be a-okay. As far as that, we definitely need armor piercing. It's going to be very, very important here. We'll get the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass to like help out in the back line. Let's also get some additional AP. So we do want the Garage Thrower, the Goblobber here. And I do need some Slayers. And let's see, what else do we want here? Probably just a few more, like, a few troops just for like density purposes. We could get some Thunders. Ulthar's Raiders aren't bad. Let's get these, and then maybe we cut. Let's actually strip down this Runesmith and just make him like a cheaper version, which will allow us to get like several more troops to like help out in the back line. So we're gonna get probably 2 miners. Do we want to get the miners? Or we could probably even get like the 2 Dwarf Warriors, right? Which will probably be a bit of a safer pick. And we'll go ahead and chevron them up and just, you know, use them to defend in the back line. All right, so let's hope for the best, guys. It's a little bit of a strange army composition, but I think we can do some good work with it. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best. No, I'm not sold on being just a Total War channel. I'm going to play Dawn of War 3. So when Dawn of War 3 does come out, what was I going to say? So when Dawn of War 3 does come out, I'm going to be playing that every day. I'm going to be posting a Dawn of War game and a Total War game, like in sync with one another. So I'm going to use those two, play those 2 games, and just, yeah, just go ham that way. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, Lady Turin knows. She knows. Yeah, we're going to do a ton of Dawn of War. I might do some Civilization. I'm trying to think, like, what else. But Chaos can beat Bretonnia, guys. Like, that was just sloppy play on my part and well-played sniping by my opponent. It's like you guys saw everything else was going well. My Forsaken were crushing his army. Our Pit of Shades destroyed the center. We just lost the Cav engagement so horribly that we weren't able to recover. That was, like, pretty much it. Honestly, Sigvald would have been better there, as much as I hate to say it, because he could have like taken those charges and just sat with the infantry. Yeah. So Dawn of War 3 I'll be playing a lot on my channel for sure. So yeah, guys, good stream today. Yeah, I'm going to be doing all the Total War games. So whenever their next historical title is, I'll be playing that. I'm probably going to play the Space Marines in Dawn of War. Yeah, I'll probably play Space Marines, to be honest, and the Greenskins. I won't be playing probably the Eldar. I really don't like Eldar. I've always thought they're kind of stupid, but that's just me. Never been a fan of like elves or characters in lore that are elf-centric, I guess. So we do have our Longbeards in the front. Very, very important for dealing with the trollish armor-piercing foot squires. We do have High King Thorgrim, of course, who's going to settle some grudges. We'll put a Runesmith on each flank. We'll put one on the back for guard duty. And good. So also on top of that, we're going to put our Rangers like so. And we probably want to scoot this back just a tiny bit, which should be fine. So on top of that, we're going to have our Slayers parked like right on top of these guys on guard duty. And we're going to put our Dwarf Warriors like over in the wings here, over in the wings right here, and put these guys like in the back here. So this is like our main army, which we can like advance if we decide to. So let's actually see, where do we want to put let's actually make like a little bit of a pocket here, which should be fun. So we'll put these guys like so, and these guys can be like right here, which will be okay. I'm just like trying to get super fancy with my formation right here, guys. Cool. So I think that's good. This other runesmith can kind of sit back here as well. I think he'll be more suited right there. We do have this, so let's go ahead and do it to it. So again, we're just going to see a ton of foot squires. We're just going to like turn and face them. We're just going to get this guy starting to shoot at foot squires, which will do pretty devastating damage. And I think we have enough troops. Like Slayers can deal with the cav pretty well. So, Lord of the Rings elves are one of the exceptions. I like Lord of the Rings elves. Like I like Haldir. I like the combative ones. I don't like the more like kind of a, you know, kind of, yeah, I don't know what the term to describe them would be, but oh my god, questing knights. Oh god, there's so many of them. So definitely Rune of Wrath and Rune is going to be a very important tool for us here. So let's go ahead and get these Dwarf Warriors kind of braced and ready to take the beating. And hopefully we can get some good damage on those foot squires. And it looks like we are, so this is good. He does have the Fey Enchantress as well. And yeah, this is going to be a wild fight, to say the least, guys. So a cannon might have been okay to like work on those questing knights over there. So yeah, I don't know, guys. Maybe we form like a bit more of a battle line here. So, but still, we're getting some good damage on these foot squires here. Hopefully we can get like a few more volleys before the fighting really gets started. So yeah, get in there, do some good work, and let's switch to another group, because again, we want to like spread the love around. So we do have a lot of AP. So our formation's a little bit fancy. I'm digging it. So let's get these guys kind of postured right here. We'll actually put them in this little pocket. Let's actually scurry these guys out to see if we can get like a Rune of Wrath and Ruin. And let's see if we can like start shooting out like right here before the fighting starts. And these Dwarf Warriors will get cut up pretty bad by those. Yeah, let's actually advance and see if we can get some freebies before the fighting starts. So good. So our Grudge Thrower doing a good job kind of working across the line. Let's get one more volley, and then we're going to switch to this other group of foot squires. And yeah, we're going to get some free shots right here on these guys, which is nice. So we're getting some free armor piercing. Definitely cannot complain. We're going to use a Rune of Wrath and Ruin here. It looks like some missiles coming in. I'm not sure what kind of missiles he has, but he might try and charge in and get that Runesmith. So he's coming in pretty hot here. So we're going to posture these guys. We're going to pull these guys back. We're going to get our dwarf line right there. We'll get these Warriors of Dragonfire Pass in support. And Rune of Wrath and Ruin right now on these guys is actually going to be really nice. So we'll get that going here. Let's go ahead and turn and shoot right here. And we are braced for the charge for the most part. So we're going to get these Rangers kind of throwing here as well. We'll get these guys kind of ready and postured up. But man, he has like so many troops. So let's go ahead and send a Runesmith out here to kind of do this. And this game is just wild as hell. So yeah, so we're doing some good damage. Let's go ahead and shoot to the one on the far side right now. And our Ranger's shooting in there pretty good. Let's go ahead and pull these guys back. It looks like he is using some sort of a heal right here. But still, he's taking a lot of damage from these throwing weapons. So we're going to pull some of these AP guys over and kind of use these guys to kind of fill their void right there. And let's go ahead and get these Runesmiths fighting as well. So pretty savage fight so far. I think it's going well. I can't quite say, but High King Thorgrim and the boys should be able to clean up pretty well in the front line. Let's go ahead and use a Rune of Wrath and Ruin here, and we do have a Runesmith helping out these Dwarf Warriors, which is a bit of a dicey engagement nonetheless, but still, I think we should be able to do okay over here. We need to get these Thunders back, but our Rangers are just kind of thrown in there like, you know, going ham, so that's good. So yeah, in our front line, I think Thorgrim and the boys should be able to win right here. So let's actually put Thorgrim on this Grail Reliquary and see if we can like get that kind of early. I think that would be a really nice like gimme, but what's he shooting us with? So he has some Peasant Bowmen that are actually seem to be performing pretty well. So he is going to come around, get a little bit fancy over here. So let's go ahead and pull these guys back like this, get these guys like so, and these armor-piercing troops can continue to fight. So we just want to like mirror these guys and just kind of watch their movements. And yeah, our Grudge Thrower are doing a really, really good job though. So High King Thorgrim is working on the Grail Reliquary, which will be very, very helpful for like, you know, getting those guys routed off quicker. So let's turn these Thunders around, and we probably want to send some of these troops in the front line to help out. The Fey Enchantress is doing a good job healing, but yeah, with our Thunders here and this Runesmith and the Slayers, I think that'll be enough to kind of like deal with a lot of those threats. So he does have some guys coming through here, which is a little bit unfortunate. So let's collapse these Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, pull these guys back like so, and yeah, he's going to charge in here, but the Slayers are you know, eagerly waiting for him with, you know, raging hard-ons, I'm sure. So we're going to use the Rune of Wrath and Ruin here. We're going to use this right here, and we need to check all our Runesmiths, make sure they're all, you know, being optimized. So High King Thorgrim's in good shape. The Slayers do engage on those guys, which is good. Yeah, this is going well. So we're getting a pretty healthy firing line. Slayers and other units are tying them up. The Warriors of Dragonfire Pass have engaged. We're probably going to lose this flank, but I think in the front it's going really well. So High King Thorgrim's actually able to do some great work. So let's go ahead and pull some of these guys back and have them collapse. We're going to pull these guys back a little bit and just kind of tighten up our army. So let's go ahead and send Thorgrim over there to help out, although I feel like we need some help here. So let's pull the Runesmith down here. So the Slayers in the back, they are getting cut up by these Questing Knights actually, but the Rangers doing a very, very good job like dealing with these guys. So good game so far. This one, yeah, it's close and it's wild, but the Thunders and our Crossfire in the back line, High King Thorgrim and the lads just being absolute pimps. So the Fey Enchantress is getting a little bit sloppy over here. She's letting herself get surrounded. So we're going to kind of do a bit of a tactical retreat and like reform our lines. But here we're able to just punish those knights with all those missiles that we have. So good stuff. The Slayers just doing their job, making me proud. And yeah, unfortunately he did kill our cannon crew. So that is kind of a casualty of that whole situation. But we still have such a healthy infantry pocket. Like, I don't know what he's going to be able to do about that, guys. The Fey Enchantress did scurry away, because, again, she's pretty quick on her little prancing unicorn, but it sounds pretty good to send these factions back to the Shadow Realm, guys. We're having a good time, so let's start shooting at these guys. We're going to send this Runesmith over there, and let's make sure he runs. Let's pull these Slayers up, and I would really like that Grudge Thrower to come back, but we have dealt with most of the Cav threats, so we need to check for Runes of Wrath and Ruin. Remember, if you want to be a Dawi player, you need to constantly be cycling around checking for those. It's very, very important, guys. So we do have this other Runesmith over here, but yeah, Thorgrim is just pissed off right now. He's grudging up hard, guys. Let's use his leadership buff, just kind of keep... Oh, are we out of missiles? So we are. So we're going to send these guys in, so it's always a good sign when you're out of missiles, like straight up. So we're going to posture these guys over here, just kind of check in the back, and he does have some troops, so let's see if we can like catch them with some Dwarf Warriors. We'll use a Rune of Wrath and Ruin, which should be enough to kind of like finish those guys off. So yeah, we actually do kind of lose it out on this engagement a little bit over here. So let's get this Runesmith in here, but Thorgrim and this like Death Blob right here are pretty pissed off. So, and Thorgrim earlier actually did kill that Grail Reliquary, which was really nice. Being able to kill that early like led to a substantial rout of a lot of his troops. So finally we can shoot at these filthy peasants back here. So let's pull one of these groups here and have them help out in this fight, which I think is going to be pretty important. But we do have the Runesmiths, guys. We had a really good defensive perimeter that game, and like when he did come in and trade with me, he took massive casualties. So that was really solid. So yeah, good job, Thorgrim. You did it, man. The boys did it. So let's get these guys back on that Grudge Thrower. You never know, it could matter. But those Rangers are actually getting cut up pretty good by these Foot Squires here. So checking for ruins, got to make sure. I did get one of my Runesmiths kind of isolated here. He is going to charge in, but you know, at this point, I think he's going to start suffering army losses. So we'll kind of push these guys over to help out. We'll just hiking Thorgrim. Yeah, I think this battle's won as well. So yeah, he's just going to shatter from army losses at this point. So yeah, that was a great one. So Dawi game. I think that one's worth casting, right? Yeah, what a battle. What's going on, Lore Master? How's it going, man? Yeah, check out Lore Master's channel, guys. He does a lot of cool lore videos, as his name infers. So very, very cool stuff. We're going to do some sort of a collaboration in the next few weeks. Not sure what. Maybe we'll do a live battle cast. We'll do some fun stuff. So, and yes, everyone is quite excited. So yeah, guys. The Dawi did it. I mean, look, that's the quintessential, like, abusive dwarf army. Like, Foot Squires and Questing Knights. And we were able to defend them and, like, hammer them off, which I think was great. So, yeah, good stuff, guys. Good stuff. So, it's time for a subscriber cockfight. Kazook! Yeah, so we're going to go and make a multiplayer game. We're going to host battle. It's going to be a 1v1 Turin sub cockfight. Password lowercase Turin, okay? So all lowercase on the password, guys. So I'm going to cast this game to give my hands a break so I can continue streaming. We'll probably go for about 3 hours. So, cool. So let's go ahead and close this down. Game is up, guys. We have a spectator slot. It's going to be on Troll Country, one of my favorite maps. So join up, boys. Yeah. The false lady tossed to the trash bin again. Yeah, I know. I agree. I agree, Lady Turin. Yeah, you know, when you've fallen on rough times, guys, it's always good. It feels good to fall back on the Dawi. They're just so awesome. The dwarves are just so grumbling and old. And all right, guys, we got Super Squirrel versus Tomorrow 1994. All right. I wish I could do that like movie actor voice. Okay, I'm gonna leave and rejoin as a sub. Okay, guys? So, or as a spectator, excuse me. So battles, multiplayer. Make sure you close that slot if you guys haven't already. So let's go ahead and look for the list. We're gonna go and we're gonna spectate and we're gonna go here. Lowercase. Great. So I'm going to go ahead and put up the disclaimer here to kind of block off so folks can't see what the other guys are doing. Yes, there you go. Good. So we're going to take this time to answer questions. Yeah. Yeah, we're having a good time though, guys. Man, I'm so incredibly excited for the next expansion though. I like seriously love YouTubing, guys. Which faction lore you like the most? That's a really tough question, man. Because dwarves thematically are one of my favorite units. Lore Master could probably answer this better. I don't know the lore terribly well, but I love the fact that the dwarves are just like so vengeance driven. You know, it's such a cool thing. Like I love it. I love how ferocious they are with like settling grudges. Granted, I don't know, man. I love chaos too. Chaos is just this. The one thing that kind of bums me out about chaos is the end times. Like I really hate the end times. So, but chaos, like thematically, I love that the Norse skin, kind of like a Viking kind of barbaric side to chaos. I think it's really cool. Yeah, it's tough to say. But yes, Dawn of War 3, I'm going to go ham on that, guys. So guys, make sure, try to pick an army that you think you can win. Let's try not to be too cheesy. We got a lot of people to entertain here. I haven't seen you do the Anvil of Doom build. The Anvil of Doom works well. The Runesmith, the Rune Lord's really good. I prefer High King Thorgrim because I think plus 12 melee attack is really, really good. And the cooldowns are very long on the Rune Lord, but they kind of play a similar role. But against some factions, the Anvil of Doom can provide a very massive magic buff on top of what you already have, so it can be so good against some factions. I'm most excited for probably the Skaven, yeah. The Skaven for sure. Yeah, I'm really excited for Skaven. Lizardmen too. I don't know anything about Lizardmen though, so. Lore Master Sotek is in here, so if you guys have questions about Lizardmen, I'm sure he has some videos on his channel you guys should check out for lore stuff. I'm really excited. So guys, in this matchup, we have a matchup between the Beastmen and the Dwarves. So it's a really good one. So we're probably going to see, well, I don't want to kind of say anything because I don't want to influence their, yeah, the Rune Lord is really strong in some matchups. It's really, really strong, guys. So I'm excited to see what the Dawi bring. And of course, tomorrow, 1994. And guys, if you are going to join the subscriber cockfights, if you have a really slow potato, you know, try and opt, or at least let someone else play, or yeah, because it's tough because it's so like clunky for, you know, several hundred people to watch, you know. Yeah, lore is really good. Yeah, if you guys have lore questions, you literally have the lore master here in chat, so shoot him his way, seriously. Tomb Kings are really cool. I love vampire counts, so I really like the Tomb Kings. My favorite Dawn of War faction is probably going to be Space Marines, to be honest. But I have a soft spot for the greenskins, for the lads and the boys, so it's pretty much anything but Eldar, really. If you really just want my opinion there, so yeah. I think they actually did have dwarves in the 40k universe, but they got like retconned out. I think they were called like squats or something in the early days. Yeah, pretty funny stuff. So there's not really any Dawi in the 40k universe, which is a bit of a bummer, to say the least. But yeah, guys, stream's going well today. I'm feeling good. Yeah, we're having a good time, guys. So yeah, let me go ahead and off the thing to hide the matchup. Let's do it. All right, cool. We're good. Yeah, I like the Blood. I mean, there's so many cool factions, but Troll Country is a really nice looking map, and I feel like it's one of those maps that it has an open field element, so that's really nice. But on top of that, there's also terrain to play with. But it's not like obtrusive terrain that's really frustrating to play with. It's kind of like reasonable, you know. So, yeah. So you know what? I trust you guys not to stream snipe each other, so I'm just gonna kind of look down the middle. Actually, I don't want to do that. No, because you guys might. I know you guys probably want to win this bad, so. Yeah, orgs are probably going to have like a slave kind of fodder type thing, right? Yeah, I agree that live casts are more fun, but the one nice thing about the traditional multiplayer commentaries is you get to get like slow motion charges and, you know, cinematic shots. So I'm going to grab some water real quick, guys. Don't worry, it's right behind me. So, yeah, we're good to go. Oh. Feels good, boys. Couldn't think of any other way to spend my Friday night except with my lovely girlfriend. The love of me life, Lady Turin. That would probably be the only other thing I'd rather be doing right now, is hanging out with her. But, you know, if she was here, she'd probably be streaming with me. We'd be doing, like, Lady Turin and Turin battles versus you guys. Oh, man, I hope we get some scary-ass demons for Chaos. That's gonna be so cool. So, looks like we got some Vanguard maybe going on. We'll see. The battle's not over. I'm paying attention. I'm watching. Don't try and trick me, Colbert. Or Colbert, however you like to be called. Yeah, so what's going on here? He has a little potato action. It doesn't feel too bad, though, right? Yeah. Ash, I live in like an apartment in Silicon Valley, so it's very minimalist style living anyways. But yes. How did the pair of us meet? We were pen pals. Yeah. Okay, anyways, guys. Hello, everyone. This is Turin here, and today, guys, I'm here with a very, very aggressive Dawi Vanguard build. So by Super Squirrel. So he actually has a whole front line of miners with blasting charges, supported by a group of thunders, and in the back line, he has a very heavy firing squad with a cannon and the Goblobber protected by a group of regular slayers. So it's going to be a very wild fight. So the dwarves actually bringing the pressure to the beastmen, which is very, very unheard of. But in the front line, the beastmen does have a bunch of gore herds with shields. I don't know how well they'll fare against miners, because miners are pretty weak, but they are armored with 80 armor. So But the Bestigors, of course, once they do get in, they're going to tear it up. He also does have Khazrak, and he does have Lord of Beasts. So blasting charges going down all across the front line. You can see it's just tearing into these low-tier Ungors. So very, very cool performance so far. And you can see the Rangers putting some good pressure on the Cygor back here. So what a cool fight. Definitely very entertaining. But in the back line, tomorrow, 1994, does get a group of Centaurs surrounded on High King Thorgrim. But honestly, this probably isn't the best tactical decision because he does have 2 miners. I would have really liked to see these guys like jam over and get on these. I think that would have been a very good trade. But over in the back line, he also does have some Centaurs, so he may go back here to go after these cannons, but still, they are protected by a group of Slayers. Excuse me. But you can see those blasting charges just routing off those Gore herds. They're just being pushed into the Shadow Realm, but now Khazrak One Eye is getting in there with his Pimp Whip, and it looks like he does have Scourge, so he's going to be a pretty scary combatant, but he's definitely going to need some damage to get through these Ironbreakers here, who are just absolute linebackers with 83 melee defense. So he's getting on there, he's doing pretty good for himself, but those blasting charges continuing to do work, and this single group of Rangers generating massive value against that Cygor. But you can see this Manticore does get in here, disrupting those missiles, and it should be enough to, kind of chase off these Rangers. Though it's HP, if you guys look, since it is a temporary summon unit, it is degenerating pretty quickly here. So in the back line, the Centaurs actually do shut down this Goblobber back here, so very, very well played by Tomorrow 1994. It looks like Super Squirrel wasn't paying attention to the back line, and his Slayers are missing out on that. That's a very, very tough loss, because again, that's a very powerful unit, and he simply rides through to the next cannon. So hopefully those Slayers do pick up eventually. But as far as the infantry fight goes, I think it's going pretty well. Because again, though miners are somewhat weak, they do have okay armor piercing, especially these regiments of renown. I think, what is their armor piercing? So they actually have 23 weapon strength right now and buffed, and they are actually working through these Bestigors slowly but surely. The Cygor continuing to throw some boulders down. It's probably accumulated actually only 8 kills, so very, very rough. Honestly, he probably should just bring the Cygor down and have it start fighting in the main fight. But still, those Bestigors putting up some great numbers. 42 kills here. It looks like this group has 71. Again, miners are very, very low tier, but High King Thorgrim, with his great Book of Grudges, is definitely turning these miners into much more formidable combatants. So back here, the Rangers are kind of chased off. The Slayers are finally able to clean up those Centaurs over there. I'm not sure where they went. They must have just like routed off, but the cannon is still online, which is great. So the cannon is going to be a pretty good tool. And the Dwarf player, it's kind of hard to tell how this is going, to be honest. But the Dwarf player does have High King Thorgrim. He has 2 Runesmiths. And the Beastman army is starting to look very, very thin, guys. So I'm a little bit concerned. And also, the Dwarf player still does have a very healthy group of Slayers, which are going to chase over here. So High King Thorgrim is coming back to the main fight. You can see the Gores over here are able to overrun the miners over here on this flank. And they should be able to collapse down. But still, these Slayers are going to clean up shop over here. Because against Slayers against lightly armored targets are going to be very strong. So you can see some jump kicks coming in here. They're going to put up a pretty good fight for sure. So definitely got to give props to these Slayers. They're doing their spin and shit. They're doing some jump kicks. Always a pretty good time. That cannon is still online. You can see these Bestigors probably going on a Mission Impossible run over here. Going to try and shut down that cannon, which isn't a bad idea. Something that's looking very grim for the Beastmen, though, is the fact that Khazrak is very, very low. And I simply don't know if the Beastmen have enough stopping power to kill High King Thorgrim and his Runesmiths. Because again, a lot of their Bestigors did kind of get, mobs up back there. And the other group did have a little bit of a rough engagement also. But the Beastmen still do have some Bestigors fighting. What he probably wants to do is get Khazrak and like sit him right here in this little circle. And just kind of at least keep that leadership and encouragement going and using the Apocalyptic Vision and all of those other things. But still, you can see a lot of his troops are starting to rout off. So very, very tough stuff. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Cygor. So the Cygor is still steady. But the Slayers are obviously going to come and just chop this thing to pieces. So it's going to be a pretty wild engagement. Very, very well played on both parties. Yeah, jump kicks are one of the coolest. Let's see if they jump kick this, guys. Let's see. So we got. I didn't see any. Oh, there you go. So they're kicking his heels. They're chopping his heels. You can see his HP is tanking so incredibly rapidly, guys. It's down to 23, 22, continuing to tank. It's going to be a very, very bad day at Blackrock for the Cygor. So, good stuff so far. Very, very cool strategy from the Dwarf player. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone like do it quite that aggressively, but now that you have Vanguarded Miners on top of that, people are going to bring Bestigors against Dwarves, so the Miners actually aren't terrible, like, if you bring them in mass and support with High King Thorgrim. So High King Thorgrim is definitely going to grudge the hell out of this Khazrak right here. Let's see if he crushes him to a Pink Mist. I know High King Thorgrim often will crush people when he kills them, so unfortunately it looks like he is attacking the wrong target, but Khazrak does break, and all these Ironbreakers do push through. They're still eager, despite the fact that they only have 34 models, and it looks like that's probably going to make a mass rout at this point. So let's go ahead and look around. It looks like the Bestigors were able to get back there, but they're wavering due to army losses. Yeah, new meta, guys. That was awesome. So, well played to both parties. Like, you guys put up a great fight, and you didn't bring Morker, which is, pretty cool, seeing Khazrak in action, but still, Morker would have been really good against the Miners for sure. But, yeah, well played to Super Squirrel and Tomorrow 1994. That was a great game, guys. Very interesting, unique builds from both of you guys. Although I'd say the Beastman Guild build is a little bit more standard, but the fact that he did that like huge Vanguard deployment was really rough for the Cygor, because again, he didn't have like much time to really, you know, generate value. So well played, guys. It was fun. Really good game. Okay, back to some quick battles. So we'll do another quick battle or two, guys. And hey, Onion Knees, welcome, dude. Yeah, we actually just played against Onion Knees. Me and Italian Spartacus played against him last night, and Onion Knees and John Ton just laid the pimp smacking on us. It was pretty fun. So if you guys want to see that game with Onion Knees and John Ton against us, Italian Spartacus is going to cast it on his channel sometime in the next few days. So go check out my buddy Italian Spartacus. If you haven't, go subscribe. We've gone back 10 years, and he is going to make some bomb-ass content. You know, he's just getting started, so check him out, guys. So, cool. So let's get right down to action, guys, and yeah. So we're facing Lord of... I can't read the rest of his name, but again, he can't read mine either. So what do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see here? Do you want to see... I really want to play Chaos. I love playing Chaos. They're like one of my favorite factions to play. So let's see who he decides to pick. Let's see what kind of funny business he wants to get. So I'm a little traumatized about getting Kolek after earlier. Like, seriously, I'm a little, like, apprehensive. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like he's sticking with those guys. So, you know what, guys? Let's get Big Papa Archeon, and we're probably going to regret this. We're not going with the most competitive build. We're going to have a bit of fun, okay? So, Cascading Fire Cloak. We're going to hopefully get some good value out of the Piercing Bolts. It hits hard. Oh, and we're facing Empire, though, so... against Empire, do we still want to play Chaos? You know what? I think we do, right? Do we get Kolek, though? Kolek's a bit of a risky pick, but yeah, we'll get Big Papa Archeon. We'll get him on this deal and have some fun. So against Empire, you can honestly get away with like using a ton of Forsaken. They're really, really good here. They're fast. They tear up spears, halberds, flagellants. You know, are a very, very safe pick. So on top of that, let's also mix it up a little bit, and let's get some Chaos Warriors in the front line. So we're gonna have a very Chaos-centric here. We're gonna get 2 Chaos Trolls, which I know you guys have been pining for quite some time. We're also going to get Chaos Knights with Lances. We're going to cut 1 group of Forsaken, and we're going to get some Hounds here. And right now, we don't really have any like answers to air, which is, he can just like fly and do as he pleases, right? So that makes me a little nervous. So we're going to get an additional group of Hounds, do some Vanguard here, and okay. So Greatswords will be tough, but hopefully the Trolls can like help. And actually, you know what? Let's cut some here. Let's get some of these, and this will allow us to get like some Aspiring Champions, which I think is going to be pretty nice here. So man, I would like to get a little bit more money. So let's get Aspiring Champions here, and then also get some Marauders with Grey Weapon. So, okay, so this army's a little bit more well-rounded now. So, guys, disclaimer, this is not the competitive build I would bring against Empire. This is a fun build. I'm getting Trolls. So if I get shit stomped, you guys know why. What else with Durthu? Yeah. Hey, Sky, thanks for the kind words, man. I really, you asked for Trolls, and I delivered. Yeah, there you go. Lore Master is explaining who the Beastmen are. The Children of Chaos. Definitely check him out. So he'll be your sage today, guys. Yep. We're doing it to it, boys. We're doing it to it. Trolls for the win. So Forsaken beat everything on the Chaos Infantry roster, right? Except Greatswords. So we have Trolls for the Greatswords. Chaos Warriors can kind of hold them up. We'll see. Archeon's cool. Shots fired. Is Ash talking smack? Come on, man. Warzog, have you been watching me from the shadows? I love it. Yeah, and hopefully Archeon can keep him in the fight, because he'll be in the front line, you know, so. Yeah, I'll play a Beastman game. Balance, I think the game is pretty poorly balanced overall. I mean, it's gotten better, but Chaos is... Like, if you were to rate, like, the you know how, like, in Campaign they have, like, a strength number for a faction, like, the strength rating? So, if out of 10, like, on a 1 to 10 scale, Vampire counts are, like, a 10, right? And Chaos is probably, like, a 4 or a 5 in relatable power. And, like, anytime you have 2 factions that are, like, that far apart, it's not healthy. It's really not. Yeah, but, again, there's so many, like, niche things. Like, there's some matchups where Chaos are pretty good, but then there's some where they just get, like, dumped on. But, like, some factions are just strictly better. And that's kind of the issue, like when you release games that have like a staggered DLC content, it's going to be really hard to achieve balance because you're going to be unevenly distributing content. So like, you know, the Dwarves and the Vampire counts got Regiments of Renown and nobody else had them, you know, the Empire and the Vampire counts. And nobody else had them for like 2 months or a month, you know, and you can't have balance when that's the case. Like you can't. They're just getting new things. It's never going to be that balanced. But it's getting better, and it's a really tough game to balance. Like, you can't not Creative Assembly. It's a really, really tough game to balance, for sure. So they do a great job. I love Total War. Huge fan of Creative Assembly. Those guys are just freaking awesome. So we're going to get Big Papa Archeon. We'll probably have him ride with his Cav squad, actually. I think that's going to be more Thug Life. So let's go ahead and just get these hounds. Oh, they actually don't have Vanguard. They're not like the Beastmen ones. I forget about that. So, okay, so then we're going to get these Marauders in the back here, which should be fine. Forsaken, we're going to put up in the wings, which I always like to put them out in the wings because they're so fast. They're really good for like flanking. So, cool. That's it. We're ready to go. Let's do it to it. Yeah, power creep is pretty real for sure. But you know, Creative Assembly, at least they're addressing it and like nerfing. Look at this troll like scratching their butts. Pretty funny. Trolls are strong though, guys. They're really strong if you can keep them fighting. They did get an HP buff. They used to have like, oh man, what's going on here? So handgunners, just all kinds of gross stuff. Thankfully, you do have shielded Chaos Warriors in the front line. So he does have some Empire Knights over there. So let's go ahead and get these guys running over there, just pressuring. And it looks like he does have, what are these? Empire Knights. Oh man, they're going to get whomped on. So he does have Karl Franz. Oh, got to give him props. He doesn't have anything that fancy, but a front line of handgunners. He does have great swords in the back line. I think our army's like going to do very well here. I'm feeling very, very confident about this. So you can see the hounds are going to go get intercepted by those guys. We're going to run Archeon and the boys over here. I think the rest of the army can be fine. Although, yeah, Archeon I'm actually going to put in the main army. So we're going to put him in group 1 and just have him kind of like run with the boys. And we're going to try and like bait those guys into engagement right there. So you can see the hounds are doing their job. They're baiting off Empire Knights, which is exactly what they're designed to do. At least in you know, the sense I'm using them. So we're going to pull our Chaos Knights over here, just kind of keep advancing our main line like so. And oh no, the awkward pathing is beginning. So we're taking some fire here. He did have some hidden units, which is very, very good for us to kind of get in on that. So we're going to send the Forsaken here, and we're going to engage those Knights, and we're taking a ton of fire. So this is going to be very, very tough stuff. So let's go ahead and engage here. We'll engage here, and we're going to get these guys engaged here. And so far, so good. So we do get netted, actually. So let's get these Forsaken jumping on these guys. We do get a pretty good engagement. These Forsaken need to go, like, ASAP and get over there. So we don't want to be messing around here. So we get a good engagement. Let's go ahead and use the Flaming Sword of Ruin over there to really, like, try and, you know, win that battle. And Archeon is coming. He's a little bit behind, but that's okay. And those Forsaken were able to get in. And honestly, on Spearmen, like, that's totally fine. So let's get these guys engaged here. The nets did wear off, so it's really important to, like, repath them after that. So these Forsaken, they keep getting, like, re-aggroed on that, which is really, really obnoxious. So the Chaos Troll is taking some pretty heavy fire. So we want to look for Greatswords right now. So those are Sigmar's Sun. So let's pull the Trolls back here, get these guys going up here, and we do get the Hounds around the back, which is great. So we're able to break those Empire Knights. So let's go ahead and just collapse on this Handgunner line, which is going to be really, really good. And now Archeon and the boys are just going to get in here and just go deep. So good. So we're just pushing up right now. Yeah, and the Knights are just going to have a field day, just tearing into these guys. So yeah, really, really rough stuff. But again, the Empire Knights are a bit of a flimsy kind of defensive unit, but he has way too many handgunners, I think. So let's go ahead and use the Flaming Sword of Ruin right here. The Chaos Trolls, we want to make sure they're like going after like great swords. So let's push on those great swords here. And it looks like he is landing with that Lord, which is very, very dicey. So let's go ahead and push here. The Trolls are going to push you on the great swords. We're going to get the Hounds back. And right now we're just going to go and womp the line. So we're going to move these guys. And we do have a Piercing Bolts of Burning. So let's go ahead and use that right here to kind of just destroy this blob, take advantage of that. We're going to use this. We are going to get a little bit of a charge here going on here, but you know, his back line is completely compromised, like completely, just salad flying everywhere. So the Trolls are here are actually doing pretty good. That Piercing Bolt, just look at that damage. That is devastating. So Archeon doing a good job, and he makes all these guys immune to Psychology. So I'm not going to have to worry about terror routing, which is really cool. So yeah, that back line just got absolutely destroyed, guys. Absolutely destroyed. So yeah, we're just going to come through and just kind of like plow on these guys now, which honestly is game over. I think it's over at this point. So Archeon, the Lord of the End Times, guys, I'm telling you, and running the Chaos Hounds like out there is such a good strategy because most people will just chase and forget, and then you just can outrun their cav back and just, you know, get the advantageous situation. So the Chaos front line holding up pretty well. This other group of Trolls actually did come back, which is cool. So let's go ahead and send them on this this Light Wizard over here, which should be fine. We do have a Fireball. I don't know if we need to use it per se. Yeah, our backline just absolutely whomped on him. So we're just going to collapse here with all these Chaos Knights, and man, they just beat the hell out of those Empire Knights. Like, yeah, they definitely just laid the smackdown of the Chaos Gods for sure. So well played, man. It was a fun one. So we just fought Lord of the Game here. Definitely brought the business, making Chaos great again. Oh, this is so cool. Like Aspiring Champions, just look how freaking gangster they look. Just coming in here mopping up these peasants. Look at that guy. He's trying some spin and shit. We got Trolls. We got Hounds. It's just all good, boys. All good. So, yeah, we just need to finish Sigmar's Sons at this point. So, cool. So, let's go ahead and use Flaming Sword of Ruin to help kind of polish them off. And that's it. Yeah. Well, his build, he had too many handgunners. And when you have Empire Knights as your, like, defensive for them, it's pretty rough. Yeah, Archeon definitely laid the smackdown for sure. Yeah, Franz didn't want any of that shit. He took off. The nets weren't terribly effective either. My army was pretty wide, so it was a little bit tough to make those effective, I think. So, yeah. Let's keep making Chaos great again. Right? I know. Lore Master of Sotek knows what's up. Khorne is my favorite of the Chaos Gods, for sure. He's just all savage and brutal. Let's get in there. Yeah, GG. That was fun. What's going on, Wolf and Crow Total War? Welcome, dude. Yeah, chaos. Chaos is really ghetto. I love that that way of describing them. So yeah, let's do another battle, guys. I'm feeling pretty good. Lizardmen hype coming up. All right, all right. Dick's out for the Dick God. Everything's good, Wolf and Crow Total War. Thank you for asking, man. Yeah, I'll try Kazrak. So, Turin, how do you organize your units in groups so that when you click and drag the formation? So basically, I'll show you right now, God Emperor of Mankind. I'll show you how to do that. So just stay tuned for just a moment and I'll show you. Rest in Pepper's Empire. More chaos? I think we want more chaos, guys, right? Let's do it. Hopefully he doesn't play vampires. I'm just going to be sad. Oh, yeah, but do you guys want greenskins? I'm having so much fun with chaos, though. Let's see who he picks. Let's feel it out. So we'll hang tight for a second. Sorry about the noise that this makes, guys. I apologize. You're trying to stream Total War? Well, great, man. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, we're playing against vampire counts. That's not fun. Vampire counts is so rough for these guys, I feel. Yeah, I'll make a Steam group. Sure, no problem. No problem, guys. Let's actually play the Dawi. All right, let's do the dwarves. Let's try and send these vampires back to the foul lands from whence they came. I know you guys like the dwarves, right? The Urks must pay. Yeah, so we're gonna get runesmiths. Very, very essential for this matchup for working down the Graveguard, who are very, very tough. So we're gonna get some Longbeards in the front here, and probably get another group. So 3 of those, and then the Grumbling Guard, of course, are gonna be solid. On top of that, we are gonna get a cannon. And this is a somewhat open field map, so the vampires will have to come. So we're gonna chevron that. We're gonna get a Grudge Thrower. On top of that, we're gonna get Slayers. Do we want to get 2 Slayers? That's such a big investment, I feel. So maybe we'll just 1 Slayer for now. And let's see. I think we want to get 2 Gyros, maybe? And then we're going to get some Thunders. And let's go ahead and cut a Runesmith. And that'll allow us to get, like, some... Do we want to have, some... Obviously, I don't want Miners, like, doing my defensive duties. That's going to be kind of tricky. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass aren't bad with the flame attacks. The reason I have the Thunders is to, like, help defend. Now, this is a little bit dicey of a build. I'm feeling a little bit uneasy about it. But I think we can make it work. So we're actually going to cut these guys, and we're going to get 2 Miners in the back, because I think we just need more like troop density. And yeah, hopefully it can work out, guys. This is going to be a tough one. This is not going to be an easy fight. High King Thorgrim's ready. Oh, we don't have the High King. Oh, we don't even have the Great Book of Grudges. That's a grudge. If I don't bring that, that alone is a grudge. Okay, so let's think this. Let's get rid of the chevrons. I just have to go economical, guys. So Dwarf Warriors aren't going to be that good here. So Warriors of Dragonfire Pass are quite good, though. They're a pretty good defensive unit. So I think that should be okay. We're going to have a little bit of trouble keeping up with like his sheer numbers, but I think hopefully we can get our value like before the fighting starts and with our gyrocopters. So cool, let's do it. Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to be pretty tactical here. This is still going to be very, very tough, to say the least. I feel like I do need more numbers. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Blasting charges. Vampires are a really tough matchup, so I usually can't use that funny builds against them because it's like you have to be pretty tuned. Yeah. You have to be pretty tuned, so. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, though. The gyrocopters are a bit of a risky pick. I'm putting a lot of marbles on them, but I'm hoping that the Thunders can cover them, and if he does like fly Fellbats, the Rune of Wrath and Ruin can take them down pretty quick, so I'm really hoping. Hey, take care, Ben Studley. Thanks for joining for the stream, man. It was fun. Yeah, let's see how this goes. It's going to be... hopefully he's not watching the stream, firstly. Yeah, this map's a little tricky for cannons, but thankfully, on your knees, there is a big open space. So, I'm hoping to get some value. Yeah, the slope is a little rough. Although, maybe we're thinking of different maps, or maybe I'm just wrong. Am I? Yeah, we'll see. The cannon is to just poke down cavalry, Blood Knights, as well as, well, any sort of mobile units, really, and then to kill the Mortis Engine or, you know, any threats like that. So, yeah, I agree the cannon is a bit of a liability here. Like, I don't know if that's a good idea. But basically what you do is you deploy right here, and you have a pretty good line of sight on everything. So, usually works out pretty well. We'll see. I might just get crushed, guys. Boxing tutorials? You mean like real-life boxing, or are you talking like boxing in this game? I'm an okay boxer. I mean, I'm not the best. I did it off and on for a few years, if that's what you're asking. I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty out of shape right now too, actually. All right. Cool. So we're going to set up back here. We're going to get this, yeah, the slope isn't bad right here. This is a pretty decent little position. So this cannon's going to be like so. Actually, let's go ahead and put this cannon right here and put this guy right here. Actually, this cannon probably wants to be right here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like getting super nitpick about this. We're going to put the Slayers on guard duty back here. And then the rest of our army, we're actually going to deploy a little farther back. So this guy we're going to actually also put over here because he does have charge defense. And then this is going to be our front line essentially. So we're going to have these guys up over yonder. We're going to have a runesmith, one runesmith back on guard duty over here. So again, we're going to have a bit of a like staggered army, which hopefully will be tricky for my opponent to deal with. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. So these guys will be in the front. Where's this other runesmith? So he obviously needs to be in the front as well. And the Thunders can kind of like be staggered back a little bit. So we're going to put them a little bit deeper. And then the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass will be on like guard duty in the back for them to like kill zombies and things like that. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. So this is our main army. We do have these guys all on guard duty, and these guys can be in group 3. And yeah, let's do it to it. So the cannon positioning, I'm a little bit kind of apprehensive about it because if he has cav, he's probably going to run around the tree line here. But let's actually just position them right here, get these guys right here, and get this kind of right here and this right here. So, all right, so good. So the dwarfs are ready. Watch out for the cav hiding in the forest. Yeah, thanks, Nick Thomas. Appreciate the kind words, my friend. So, man, he deployed really far away, actually. So, you know, I don't mind, though. We can just push up our cannons and whatnot. So, so let's go ahead and just get these guys moving like so over this way, and we can just go start flying and, you know, using our gyrocopters, essentially. So, cool. So let's do our thing, guys. Let's good luck to my opponent over here. Of course, he does have the Red Duke, El Sif himself. And he does have a Mortis engine, a Claw of Nagash. So bringing that cannon, that's why you bring it, guys. So the cannon is advancing. So the grudge thrower, we probably want to just have it start settling some grudges. But man, he has a lot of zombies. Looks like he does have some blood knights deployed in like the far distance. So we're going to fly over here and see if we can do a little bit of harass, just kind of make my opponent's life a little bit more stressful. And these guys we can bring up here. These Slayers obviously need to go here. And this Runesmith we probably want to run over here as well. So good. So the cannon is almost in range of the Mortis engine. It looks like he might be like trying to avoid it, but that's okay. So we can fly over here, kind of start going right here. So let's actually deploy like so. So we're going to get these guys over here and just kind of like reform our ranks here. And yeah, it should be fine. So we're going to try and get a little bit of a fancy footwork going on with these kind of anti-large. Well, they don't actually, I believe they don't actually truly have anti-large. So we're going to shoot the Red Duke, get a little freebie right there. It looks like they do get a fire off, so that's good. So we're going to run back now and just kite them out, which is fine. So one of them we can send over this way, and the other one we can send this way, which is going to be fine. So whichever one he chases, we can do a little bit of crossfire action. Get a little fancy micro going on here, guys, so check that out. All right. He's taking that crossfire, that sweet, sweet crossfire. So we can just keep running this gyro into the Shadow Realm, and, you know, all the time he's doing that, he's not dealing with, you know, my cannons and, you know, other things like that. So yeah, so far so good. It looks like he's casting some sort of a spell. So we want to target the Sternsman here, get the cannon going after these guys, and just kind of keep running this way. So good. We're doing some good damage here. Definitely can't complain, and it looks like he's continuing to chase. So let's kind of just keep running. I honestly don't mind doing that at all. So good. So yeah, they are taking damage though, which is fine. Like, but I honestly don't mind. So we're actually getting drained by that Mortis engine, which is tough. So the cannon is going to start shooting here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and reposition these guys here. Let's get these Slayers here, and yeah, we're ready to go, guys. So the gyro is doing a little bit of kiting. Let's start shooting at this and just kind of keep running the Red Duke around, because now that our cannons are going to start firing here in a moment, we should be able to start, you know, doing pretty well for ourselves. So we are targeting the Sternsman with the Grudge Thrower. Yeah, and you can see that dude's starting to take a little bit of damage. So let's just keep running off into the, you know, the far distance here. So good. So yeah, we're getting some good fire here. The cannon is now online and shooting. We have a pretty decent little stagger. So we're going to pull these guys up and around here like so, and we're going to keep these Slayers on guard duty here. So I just have to be very, oh, look at the damage that thing's taking from that cannon fire. So that's really good. So you can see the Red Duke's coming. So we're just going to fly the gyrocopter back in. The cannon doing really, really good work for me, for sure. And we do have some guard units back here. So if he does like come and summon zombies, we can at least, you know, do some work in shutting them down. So let's also pull these Thunders back and have them like get ready to shoot the Red Duke. We'll pull their guard Dawi back as well. So we're going to kill that Claw of Nagash, which is good. So then we can just simply, yeah, let's get this guy back to that line as well. So these Thunders, what we're going to start doing is just start shooting at the Red Duke. We're going to keep these guys in guard duty and just finish off that Claw of Nagash. That's really, really important here. So he is coming after me pretty hot. Yeah, it's going to be tough, but yeah, High King Thorgrim is just going to annihilate those guys. Oh, he gets a great Winds of Death. Very, very well played by my opponent. I was not expecting that. So thankfully, you know, we're trading tit for tat a little bit. We're getting some good damage in, and yeah, let's actually just start focusing the Red Duke down a little bit. So very well played. I was not expecting that, but you know, I still have a pretty healthy little army here. They should be okay. So let's just kind of keep fighting. We do have a lot of troops and auxiliary, and you can see the Red Duke's taking some serious damage for sure. So let's go ahead and turn these Thunders around and start focusing down these Cryptors, and we can have these guys start shooting at Cryptors as well, and these guys can come over here. So good. Now it's time to start using Runes of Wrath and Ruin. Let's go ahead and use them on any troops we can. We want this Grudge Thrower to continue focusing the Sternsmen. We've actually already killed like a ton of them, so the Banshee's crumbling. We're just going to kind of keep pushing in here. We're going to keep focusing here. Let's go ahead and get this Thunder of Fire shooting here. Just as much pressure as we possibly can. Yeah, we accidentally used that on zombies there, which probably isn't ideal. But see, he's coming in here. So if we have like enough units, we can kind of just like scurry around and just make him like suffer. You know, make him like take that free fire. And we still have a lot of troops in auxiliary. So even if our front line struggles a little bit, I think we should be okay. So no runes there, no runes there. Everyone's fighting. We got a little bit of a Death Star, so pretty well played. So he does summon zombies, so we're going to pull in our guards right now. We're just going to pull back here and just keep that crossfire coming. Just make my opponent stress like the whole time. So let's get that cannon actually shooting at the Red Duke. I think that's going to be probably the optimal situation. And yeah, guys, I think it's going well. Yeah, you can see the Red Duke just like taking cannon fire. He's taking fire from these things. He's not having a good time at all. So yeah, let's go ahead and fly over here and go ahead and drop some bombs on the army right there. So we get a great bombing run. So that's very, very good. So we're going to fly back over, get another bomb. And, oh, did I accidentally click off it? I did, so that's too bad. So the Red Duke not in the best shape, so let's go ahead and get these guys shooting at the Vampire right here. And again, these guys doing good work. So the Red Duke's actually going to land in there, which is a little bit tricky. So let's kind of see if we can focus on that Vampire. So let's use High King Thorgrim, use his leadership buff. We do have Runes of Wrath and Ruin, and we were able to just decimate the Sternsmen like before the fighting even started. So yeah, let's just keep up the good work, guys. I'm telling you, I feel really comfortable with Dwarves against the Vampire counts. And even if these Blood Knights get through, like, we have troops in the back to deal with them. So yeah, really, really good stuff so far. So yeah, that Vampire caster here is taking quite a bit of damage. So we're going to reform these Thunders in the back. Let's actually pull these Slayers up here and just, you know, we can just leave these guys to kind of defend. So High King Thorgrim, though, is taking a little bit of damage, which is a little bit stressful, but he does have the High King buff, which is going to be pretty strong for us. So he does push through here. Let's get these Slayers on this Vampire, and let's get these guys going after those Blood Knights. And we do have these anti-large here, so we can switch the cannon at this point and start going after the Blood Knights. And yeah, so far so good. I think everything's going relatively to code. So we're doing some good work, and you can see that damage is just so solid. So the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass fulfilling their guard duties. You can see, let's try and intercept those Blood Knights a little bit. These Thunders we can turn. Let's get the Slayers to protect them. The Thunders can start shooting at those Blood Knights. And yeah, you can see they're taking pretty, heavy casualties. So we're going to put those armor-piercing troops there. You can see the Red Duke is not having a good time. He's definitely bumming. So we're going to go ahead and send those guys after them. And Kazook, boys. Kazook. We did it. So he's going to come in, which is fine. Like, I really don't mind. And we'll keep the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass helping. We have the Gyrocopters just kind of wasting them, and they do get caught up on those guys, which is good. So, and the Red Duke is he going to die to a Gyrocopter? Come on, get him, boys. Get him. Come on, ram him. Ram him off that thing. Oh, yeah. That feels good, man. That feels good. That was a good one. That was good, right? GG, man. We did it. We slayed those filthy vampires. The Dawi are a proud people. We do not go quietly into that good night. All right, cool. So, yeah, that's it, boys. That was a good Dawi game, right? I think that would be a fun one to cast. So, for those of you that are asking why we bring a cannon, that is why, because we kill that Mortis engine so incredibly quick. My one critique of his army is I don't like the Banshee at all. But other than that, it was fine. I probably wouldn't bring Blood Knights either. I would probably just go like more traditional armor piercing. So, yeah, pretty good stuff, guys. Pretty good stuff. We did it. That was really fun. Do you guys want to do? Maybe I'll do a team game or something, or do you guys want to just do one more regular game? What would you guys rather see? Would you guys rather see a quick battle or a team game? Let me know. Yeah, I'm flexible for either one, really. So you guys let me know, and we'll do our thing, boys. Yeah, I'll go ahead and type it in chat here just to make it a little bit. Team game or one more team game? Yeah, we'll do a team game. Sure, why not? So we're going to go ahead and go into multiplayer battles. We're going to make a team game. You know what, guys? This is actually going to be a 2v2. We're going to try it because we usually do 3v3s, but we're going to do a 2v2 Turin stream. Lowercase is Turin, so first two to get in here. Yeah. So it's 2v2, though. It's different. So just be aware of that. So we're going to go here. We're going to fight on... Do you want to fight in Varg Camp? The Warpstone Mine, 2v2. So, all right, guys. Quick greenskin battle. Don't worry. We'll do one more team game, and then we'll do another game from there, so he switches onto my team pretty quick. Tomorrow, 1994. Yeah, these guys actually fought earlier. All right, tomorrow, who's going to be your teammate, man? We'll see. gonna be a good time for all. It's funny, like when I start the stream, you can kind of like see that it was like light outside, and then now that I look at the streamcast, it's like dark. Yeah. Oh, we got Thor and Oak over there. So we got some Gobbo action going on. It looks like maybe. Super Squirrel's gonna go ham probably. And we got Empire and Vampire counts. That's a bit of an interesting one. So maybe I play. You know what? Let's stay in character. Let's stay in character. We got to do this. We got to go big or go home. Got to get. Do I want to get Skarsnik? No potatoes, please. Any potatoes will be banished to the Shadow Realm. Do we want to do the Gobbos? They're so expecting it though. You know, it's just like, oh man, this is gonna be brutal, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else I want to play. You know what? Yeah, we'll just play the greenies. But they have so many air units. I can't pick Azog. It's too risky. You know what? Let's both play Crooked Moon, guys. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna get. We'll get you know who. With his Trixie traps and his Prodder. Damn, is that expensive? Okay, so that's good. So on top of that, we do need a Goblin Shaman, of course. Although, man, I really do want Foot of Gork here. You know, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat, guys. I'm getting that Foot of Gork. That sweet, sweet Foot of Gork. Guys, I'm getting Skarsnik. You can't ask for much more. Come on. Azog, I can't. The Empire will just put him in a can. You know? So we're gonna get to 8 peak loonies. We're just going full goon this game. All right, that should be enough for infantry, right? Just that massive Gobbo line. We're gonna get some of these guys. Oh god, this is gonna be so. There's like I don't even have enough resources to get all the units I want to get. You know? Okay, that actually works. I hope you guys are grateful for these haggard builds. You know? So we can probably get rid of these guys. They're probably fine. And let's get a Doom Diver just for the fun of it. Oh, I don't even have Goblin Big Bosses though. That's kind of stressing me out a little bit, guys. Let's cut this. We can go ahead and we'll get a Goblin Big Boss. Why not? Put him on a little Pimp Wolf. I feel like he's pretty essential, right? We can cut one of these, and we can probably get a second. But yeah, Skarsnik needs his Goon Squad to like roll dirty with, you know. All right, let's see how this game goes. It's gonna be a wild one. All right, let's do it. So I'm actually gonna use the restroom. I'm just gonna ready up real quick. I've drank like 3 bottles of water since this started, so good luck, guys. Let's do it. I did not bring squigs. No squigs. We have plenty of Gobbos though, boys. The lads are ready. All right. Let's do it to it, guys. Gobs are so much fun. I'm pretty excited for this. Kind of sucks, though, because they know we have goblins, so they can just, like, get units that'll put them in a can, you know? All right, we can get rid of it now. You guys can see my army. Ah, ta-da! You guys can see my army now. Little did they know, goblins are the most elite troops in the old world. On this day, in the old world, the goblins arise from the depths. Just got to put on some like terrible radio voice. Yeah, we're having fun though, guys. I should do, you know, it's funny, my buddy Italian Spartacus, who's just started that channel, he what's it called? He can do like a really funny like Gobbo War Boss impression. We should have him cast a game. Yeah. Don't worry, Lore Master of Sotek, you will get your playable lizard men soon. You'll be treated well, my friend. So, okay. So, one thing, guys. Hang on, I'm gonna send you guys a link real quick. One second, guys. I'm pulling up the link for y'all. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and go to my buddy Italian Spartacus's channel. I just linked it in chat. Go subscribe and then just spam him with messages to tell him to do like Skaven videos, lore videos. He just needs a little bit of motivation, guys. So get over there. Just go troll his channel. Just leave comments. Just be like, we want more, we want more. We're trying to get him addicted to YouTubing, so. Okay. Okay, yeah, we got the Gobbo Horde, man. They're in for a treat. So, yeah, so everything's going to be sneaky stalking. Oh, my goodness. Oh, you oh, dude. Well, can these guys Vanguard, though? Pretty much everything can, right? Except Scars. The problem is our Lords are going to have to run so far. That's what stresses me out. You want to do it, man? Okay, I'm doing this for you. Normally I wouldn't, but we're gonna go pretty ham over here. This is gonna be so much fun, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh. The problem is the Arachnaut Queen and like some of our other units can't Vanguard, so it's a little bit precarious in that sense, but what do I have that can't Vanguard? So this will be my main army up here. So that's group 1. So our lords, our leadership can be in group 2, so we're gonna like run those guys up as soon as the fighting starts. The problem is Skarsnik's pretty slow. So you want to do a little bit of like a further back Vanguard deployment is what you're thinking, bud? I like that. I like that. So we got some spooky, scary business going on over here. Can we get the hidden eye, please? I'm trying to hide these wolves, but they're just not wanting any of that. Can we get that? Can we get a little bit of hiding? There's so much terrain here. Why am I not hidden? Let's see if maybe this helps. I'm just like so incompetent right now. Anyways, I don't care, whatever. So these guys will catch up with the main army. Yeah, this deployment's stressing me out a little bit, bud. But you know, if you say so. So I'll put the Arachnaut Queen in group 2 also. And yeah, let's do it to it and start this game. Good night, Lore Master of Sotek. You guys go check out his lore channel if you haven't. Pretty nice guy, great channel. Can't complain. So yeah, it's always nice to see the Warhammer community grow, the Total War, Warhammer, all that kind of stuff. So Wheeze is better than them. All right, yeah, so we're going here. We got all these Night Gobbos, just all these spooky, scary dudes. So we're gonna go ahead and get all our mobile troops running. We do have these hounds in the back, so we're gonna kind of start going to troll a little bit with them. And yeah, maybe we can get some like free kills here. Oh no, the plot thickens. Run, you fools. So we have to toggle skirmish mode for sure. So what we want to do is like run the hounds like into the back of those guys. So let's actually do this. We're gonna get the Doomdiver catapults kind of moving up, shooting at these guys, and he's gonna run right into these dudes right here, which is gonna be pretty great. So he runs right into a bunch of Warlords boys, and they actually get poisoned up a little bit. So that's pretty funny. So we're able to do some work. We do have our mobile units coming as well. These nasty skulkers we can send around the back, start going pretty ham over here. So we're gonna kind of posture up in the back over here, and it looks like, yeah, a lot of screwy stuff going on with our builds for sure. So let's kind of keep these Gobbos kind of moving in. And it looks like my ally is advancing over here. So yeah, where's our troops? So our leadership's pretty much here, which is good. So let's see if we can just kind of sit back here. And it looks like he is going to engage here, which is interesting. So let's go ahead and engage here, engage here. And it looks like he's having second thoughts about engaging. So we're going to kind of pull over here. And let's go ahead and get these Mangy Marauders and have them starting to shoot at those Blood Knights. That's going to be really, really nice. So yeah, we want them on the blood. So good. So the Doomdiver catapults are now shooting. Hopefully they can do some good work for us. The cannons are left vulnerable over there, so we should be able to like sandwich those, to be honest. So we're gonna pull in here, get our leadership going over here as well, and yeah, things are looking a-okay, boys. So let's go ahead and get these Gobos kind of engaged across the line here, and let's get these guys engaged here. The nasty Skulkers can go after them as well. And yeah, these ones can get going too. So perfect. So yeah, we do have some funny business going on over here with these Blood Knights. So what we want to do probably is send the Arachnarch Queen and our other kind of mobile units to kind of try and intercept those guys. I think that's going to be pretty good. We do have these nasty Skulkers here as well. So we're going to getting some good fire, guys. And we were able to get back into those cannons and shut them down pretty well. So that's a good situation so far. So right now, let's try and get on these Blood Knights. We definitely want to try and catch them. Skarsnik, he's waddling. He's trying his best, guys, but he's pretty slow. But these Hounds do kind of get over here, which is a little bit tricky, but we're getting some good poison over here. So yeah, let's get these guys going as well. And our Goblin Missiles, we probably want to like start switching them onto those Cryptors over there. So yeah, he is going to engage here, which is going to be good. So we're going to use the Maternal Instinct to kind of like bog things up a little bit. We do have Skarsnik with his Tricksy Traps. We do have these poison dudes over here, which is going to be good. And we probably need to get our missiles, honestly, on that Mortis Engine. So let's see where that is. I'm trying to like look and find it, but anyways, we get a pretty good engagement. We're able to kill his Dire Pack over here. And let's go ahead and sick this guy. We'll have it start shooting, not at swordsmen, but probably at missiles. So we do get our Hounds back here. So we're going to go shut down those mortars and other things like that. And we're able to just do some good work against those Blood Knights, which is great. So Skarsnik is somewhat isolated. So we're going to go over here, get these guys re-engaged. And we're going to use the Smoke Bomb, actually, which is going to be really nice. So we're going to turn and engage right now and start focusing these guys. And Skarsnik with his Anti-Large and his Tricksy Traps is going to be really, really good. So the Arachnarch Queen, the Gobos, and all these guys are going to come. And let's actually just kind of jump on this guy. We might actually be able to honestly just cheese the Red Duke right here. So you can see the Blood Knights taking some massive fire. I'm not sure how my opponent's armies, or my allies' armies doing, to be honest. A little bit kind of neglectful of that. But we do have our Orc Shaman here, so we're going to use Ere We Go, which will, hopefully be able to help us, like, take out some of these high-value units. And we do have Foot of Gork still, so definitely want to be on top of that. And let's see what units do we have here. So we have some nasty Skulkers. So let's go ahead and send those guys around the back, and let's have these guys kind of go engage in that blob over there, help out. And man, we're able to do some serious work against El Jefe right here. So let's start shooting him. And yeah, we might be able to get that Goblin Big Boss right now. So, or excuse me, the Red Duke. So yeah, the Blood Knights and all these other guys are kind of, taken care of for the most part. So we're just going to push past these skeletons. And it looks like someone left. So I'm not sure who it was. Oh, I think it might have been a spectator. Yeah, anyways, but we're doing some really good work against the Red Duke. Hopefully we can finish him off and get our Gobos kind of back in action. So right now, we probably need to apply some pressure. Our Wolf Riders in the back are able to just make short work of a lot of their, high-value cannons and whatnot. And the Arachnarch Queen is in really, really good shape, which I'm pretty happy about. So let's go ahead and see here. We got a Banshee chasing off an Orc Shaman. And what is this over here? So, oh, that's the Mortis Engine still. Okay. So let's get our missiles, have them go after the Mortis Engine. Let's get the Meiji Marauders as well, have them go after the Mortis Engine. Definitely a very valuable unit to get rid of. We'll pull the Spider into melee as well. So we do want to use a Foot of Gork over here, maybe. I think this might be pretty good. So what does he have? Like Flagellants. So we're not going to overcast it, actually. So we're just going to cast a regular Foot of Gork in here and see how it does. Like, I don't know. It could be fine, but man, we are punishing this Mortis Engine. So Foot of Gork going down, just a wild fight, and boom! Just huge damage on those Cryptors. That felt so good, boys. So let's go ahead and summon some more of these dudes. Just kind of have the Queen start fighting here, and we are able to kill this Mortis Engine. So oh, look at that Pit of Shades over there. So hopefully that wasn't too loud. My apologies for kind of yelling into the mic there. So we're going to get these guys back online. We're going to go ahead and use Fists of Gork on our Arachnarch Queen. Just have it continue to fight. And these Cryptors are slowly starting to, get worn down. Man, what a wild fight. Red Duke's just going ham over here. So let's go ahead and use the Prodder, see if we can shoot the Red Duke. Although, oh, with this angle, it's going to be really bad. So let's actually kind of just keep running him after the Duke, see if we can maybe catch him eventually. Get these guys engaged with Flagellants, which will be okay. And Skarsnik really wants some of that Red Duke booty. So we're going to shoot that right there, see if we can get in. Yeah, so what are these? These are like Graveguard and Stearnsmen and things like that. So the Rusty Arrows are in pretty good shape. So yeah, the Red Duke's pretty low. So let's kind of try and consolidate our forces now. So let's look around. Our Doom Diver, they actually got knocked off by the Empire Lord, but we should be able to get it back on here. So good. So let's go ahead and get in here, have these guys help out. And, it's a pretty wild fight over here. It's really hard to tell who's winning, to be honest. But the Orc Shaman in pretty good shape. He's getting in here. I have some reinforcements coming in as well. Let's get these nasty Skulkers up and around. And yeah, I definitely need to get some sneaky business back on that missile line. So let's get my Arachnarch Queen and use the Maternal Instinct back here. Which, can she reach there? I think she can. So let's go ahead and just get her maybe right here. Can she reach? Yeah, we'll have her path anyways. So Skarsnik is fighting the enemy lord, which is going to be a really good situation for me because Skarsnik has anti-large and armor piercing. We're going to go ahead and use Ere We Go just to buff him up as well. And honestly, we might be able to kill this guy right now because Skarsnik is like an excellent lord duelist. And you can see he's literally just prodding the hell out of this guy. Like this general is just getting slain. Oh my goodness. Did you guys see Skarsnik just destroy that guy? That was incredible. So yeah, Skarsnik just being an absolute MVP for me. We do get that summon off. The spiders in the back line are just kind of routing the missiles, and yeah, it's looking promising, boys. We're able to do it. Like things are unfolding for us. What a game, man! Very, very well played to everyone. It's been a wild one. This might be a good one to cast separately because there was like Foot of Gorks. There things flying around. Generals and Empire. Spider's doing a great job chasing those guys down, though. So let's get these nasty skulkers chasing these guys. And the Mangy Marauders we can go ahead and put over there as well. And yeah, so the Vampires still have a little bit of a pocket here of troops. So let's go ahead and fight here. We need to get our Orc Shaman out. And what do we want to shoot at here? I probably need to get some of these guys over here to like help out, because I think this battle is pretty much won for the most part. I think it's just like a few flagellants and things like that. So let's go ahead and summon some spiders. Can we reach here? Let's go ahead and summon the spiders right here. Man, the range feels really short, so I guess we'll just summon them right here to like finish off these great swords, which should be pretty good. So yeah, Skarsnik, man, just a huge performer. Another foot of Gork going off. Oh man, this is awesome. But look at those flagellants just running around back there, just doing their thing. So yeah, Skarsnik in here. He's fighting a Banshee, which is going to take some time to kill, but him and Gobbler should be able to handle that. So we do have a Fist of Gork, so let's go ahead and see where we want to use that. I don't know if there's any units that are really worth using it on. We do have some missiles over here, so what we're going to do is split them up so we can, you know, get value from both of those. We do have our Doom Diver online, which has been shooting. Let's have it just keep chasing the Red Duke. That's pretty funny. And the spiders over there are doing a very, very good job of taking care of those missiles. So yeah, very, very good stuff, guys. Oh, you guys know what needs to happen here, right? The prodding. Come on, get him, Skarsnik. We have to see Skarsnik and Gobbler. Let's see if he'll eat the Red Duke. Come on. Get that feast, bro. Get in there. Oh, you see that burst damage? It's incredible. Come on, get there, get there. Feast on him. I want to see the Red Duke get eaten. Oh, no, he flees away. He's too swift. But yeah, Skarsnik's continuing to chase. Hopefully we can catch him. Let's get these Gobbos engaged here. We have their Ragnarok Queen, which is going to be pretty tough, so let's pull it over here. It doesn't really need to waste time fighting flagellants, to be honest. So these guys can go over here as well, just start chasing. And I really want to use the Prodder, but like it's like the angling is just so awkward. So let's kind of move these guys away and let's do it. Let's do it. It's time. So the Doom Diver catapult slamming into Red Duke. He's so low. Let's see if the Prodder gets him. Come on, Skarsnik. Oh, did you guys see that? Skarsnik just evaporates that dude. Oh, that was so gangster. This has got to be one of the coolest team games that I've had in a while. Just like the sheer amount of ridiculous plays going on. Let's use Tricksy Traps here. Let's have him skewer this Grey Wizard. Man. Okay, you ready to see this Grey Wizard get skewered now too? Skarsnik is just doing work. Yeah, and it looks like everything's shattered at this point, so probably just some flagellants and some undead left. So yeah, well played. Yeah, the Prodder does magic damage, but I wanted to really finish off the Red Duke in style, so it had to happen. Yeah, well played, guys. Well played. That was really fun. Just the Gobbo builds are just, there's always so much stuff everywhere. That's the one thing that's a little obnoxious about it, is like, yeah, you just have to like constantly be looking around. So yeah, we finish off those zombies over here, and then we just need to get some troops in the back to help deal with these flagellants over here. Should be fine. Headshot. Yeah, we did it. GG, guys. That was a really fun team game. Definitely a good one to cap the stream off. So let's go ahead and just finish these guys off. We'll do our thing. Get these Gobbos kind of riding dirty over here. Look at them go. Just what a pimp, right? Just kind of chasing. Those flagellants are definitely doing Sigmar proud. Oh, he knows. Look at that. Some fine dick drawing. This is the trick, guys. I'll show you guys the form. So you get 2 small circles, and then that gives you more time for the shaft. See? Then you can do some decorations if you want. Yeah. The sideways one's a little harder, like this one right here. But you know, it can work. See, that works pretty well. Oh, look at that guy. Oh, man. Just pointing at the flagellants. I love that, man. I love that. That's so good. Skarsnik is so cool. Look at him go, man. Just him and his little gobbler. Yeah, he's a pimp, man. He did good work. And no potatoes this game. That made for a really, really healthy team game. So let's have you guys drop your deals and just get in there and fight some of these flagellants to the death. Oh, this is not going to be good. You can just see the goblin crew just coming in there with their daggers out, just getting shanked. But their buddies are coming, so. Where's my spider? Oh, yeah. There you go. This is definitely the direction we should be going. Right here. There you go. Oh, that was a terrible one. See, I tried to... You only have so much time. You only have so much time. But yeah. GG, guys. GG. What a great stream tonight. This was super fun. We had a rough start with some lag and some forgetting about units, but for the most part, it was pretty good. You know, we didn't screw up too much. All right, guys. I think we got 1 flagellant left. There goes my hero. Definitely not going to be a hero anymore. He's done for. So, yeah, great 2v2. Yeah, that was fun, guys. Yeah, so GG, guys. That was a really fun stream. I'm probably going to call it. It's about 3 hours. I want to spare my hand for later. So very well played to Super Squirrel, my Gobbo friend, to Thorin Oak. Very, very aggressive Red Duke play. And then tomorrow, 1994, getting a little wild with those mortars, and you got to give the guy props. Like, he brought free company militia. I mean, that's ballsy. So yeah, GG guys. I appreciate all you guys watching. Isaac Chang from Hong Kong, thank you for joining in. That was a fun stream, but I'm gonna rest up, get nice and ready for Sunday's stream. So Sunday will be a big one, I'm sure. It'll be nice and ham as always. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing, hanging out, all that fun stuff. It was great playing with you all tonight. It was super fun. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I hope you all have an excellent night. More content coming soon. Take care.